presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, there you see Schaefer going upstairs again and wide open in that end zone.
Down the sideline. Touchdown, Cougars. League play is now underway throughout the Sac Joaquin section, and with every game being of vital importance, Access Sacramento is in Elk Grove this evening to bring you a dynamite Delta League matchup as the Sheldon Huskies visit the Franklin High Wildcats on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Good evening and welcome to Cosumnes Oaks High School, the scene of tonight's matchup. I'm Will James, along with Jim Domino, the Imperator of Analysis, and we have quite a matchup for you tonight. The Huskies of Sheldon against the Wildcats of Franklin, both teams guided by superior veteran head coaches.
Well, they certainly are. They've been around 15, 20 years. They come from great coaching legend fathers, and Joe Catolico leading Sheldon, and of course Mike Johnson leading the hometown here, Wildcats. And tonight, believe me, they bring everything into this game. Despite these heavy winds, we're going to get our money's worth here tonight.
And you brought up a good point there, Jim. The climate and weather conditions have changed dramatically. A significant crosswind and overcast and a heavy chill now has swirled around Wildcat Stadium, and it should have a bearing on tonight's ball game. But let's take a look at the last meeting between these two squads. And as we see here by our graphic, host Franklin came out on top in that one.
Well, yes, Franklin came up top 24-7, led by Jacob Lopez's 2 touchdown passes. Along the way, the great defense had 7 sacks to nail down and put the coffin on the Sheldon squad last year, Will.
Well, the last outings for these two squads drew contrasting results. The visitors tonight, Sheldon, had a toughie on their hands as visitors over at Monterey Trail, while Franklin had to take a tough road trip over to Del Paso Heights where they ran into a wrecking ball.
Well, Sheldon went over to Monterey Trail and did a great job there, coming from behind, winning 27-22. And quarterback LaChapelle and Cook led that comeback from behind over an previously undefeated Monterey Trail team, Will.
So Sheldon comes in at 4-0. Franklin only one game back at 3-1, making their necessity of a victory tonight even more paramount. Well, let's take a look at the impact players that will play significant roles in tonight's action. And first of all, for the Sheldon Huskies, they bring a lot to the table, and here's just a sampling of that.
Well, let's start out with their quarterback, who's been throwing at 70%, Chancellor LaChapelle, leading this ball club. And then we go to Graylin Lindsay, having over 400 yards this year, and they have a cast of running backs. Von Allen, linebacker and running back, another outstanding athlete. And, of course, up front, they're led by Devontae Holt, the big lineman, going both ways.
Well, Mike Johnson's Wildcats are going to counter that quartet with some impact players of their own, and they have to play up tonight at home on homecoming game.
Well, they certainly do. Let's start out with DJ Smith, their two-way player at halfback and defensive back. Then we go to Brady Johnson, their outstanding wide receiver, having a big year. Tamadong Kadero Tamadong, the 3-year starter, linebacker, running back, and then John Montgomery, the hard-hitting linebacker, joining Tamadong as 2 of the top linebackers in that Delta Conference.
Well, we have the table set for you. When we come back, we're going to check in with our pal Rick Stewart. He's got more detail on tonight's big matchup, so stick around. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family?
This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything.
Oh, sorry.
Go long, son!
it's always worth it.
Whoa! Faster!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Whoa!
Gear up, guys.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Goldford. Welcome to the show this evening. We're at Cosumnes Oaks High School in Elk Grove, where tonight, on homecoming night for Franklin High School, the Wildcats playing host to the visiting Sheldon High Huskies. It's a Delta League battle of major significance. Sheldon coming in 4-0, the Wildcats 3-1, needing a victory. And for more on tonight's game, let's turn it down to field level and pick up Rick Stewart.
All right, thanks, Will. You know, you touched on the fact that these guys are both coaches tonight for both teams are quality coaches that have been around for a while. Another interesting fact is both these coaches founded football programs, and not only that, they didn't get crushed, they didn't get it beat up on their programs first few years. They both were successful, which is always something that's really, really inviting for players as well as spectators to watch their teams. Let's first of all take a look at the Sheldon side. Coach Joe Catalico, he's in his 9th year coaching. Most of that was at Pleasant Grove. He's 4-0 this year with Sheldon. He was 73-25 at Sheldon. 6 years with 9 or more victories, 4 Delta River League titles, and 1 section D1 championship, and that was in 2010. He's got a quality program. Good to have him back in the coaching ranks. Now let's go to the Franklin side of the field. Mike Johnson, he's in his 11th year. His record at Franklin, 76-49. He's also been at schools in Stockton area. He's got 5 seasons with 8 or more victories, 3 Delta Valley League titles, and 1 D1 championship in the section, and that was in 2000 at Lincoln of Stockton. Another quality coach. Nobody's going to get out-coached tonight. It might be a chess game, but nobody's going to get out-coached. Let's also talk about the series history between these two teams. Sheldon Franklin, this is a 10th meeting since 2004. Now the Huskies won 4 of the first 5 meetings, including the first 3, but the Wildcats have won 5 of the last 6, including the last 4. Now Franklin leads the series 5-4 overall since 2004. This is going to be a hot match tonight. The wind is cool. We're going to have fun. Guys, back to you.
Well, that might be a bit of an understatement. We're going to have some fun, all right, and it's liable to be some heavy drama down on the field, knowing how competitive these two respective coaches are. Let's take a look at the Imperators' keys to tonight's ball game, and there's also some intangible factors attached to that, as there always is. And certainly the keys tonight, major bearing on Delta League standings.
Well, let's start out with the undersized Cats. They're quite smaller than normal versus the Husky run game, and they're going to have their hands full. That's a big Husky line, and they got 3 or 4 backs that are averaging 7-9, 8-3, etc. per carry. So the undersized Cats are going to have their hands full. Big test for sophomore quarterback Regino. He's a young sophomore, first year starting, straight up from the freshman team, and he's going against some veteran defensive linemen. So there's hopefully he can get off to a great start. That's what Coach Johnson is figuring now that he's in his 5th game. Coaching chess game, let me tell you, this is truthfully 2 of the best at it. Coach Catalico for years and years heading that Pleasant Grove program, winning many titles, and Mike Johnson, been around for a long time here, started this school, had great success down at Lincoln and Stockton. They're 2 of the fine young coaches still in the game, and I hope they stay in a long time because they bring a lot to the table.
Well, they do indeed. That's a credit to them, their programs, and the fine quality teams that they have turned out. And the intangible factors also play a bearing on tonight's ball game, as they do every outing for every team, and sometimes it's the luck of the draw or just a fluke play.
Well, turnovers and penalties will play a factor in almost any contest, and of course with the win it could even increase that from happening. Special teams play. Again, win could have an effect there to the kicking game, whether you're kicking with it, crosswind, etc. Strength of schedule, both their schedules are comparatively close. The biggest win that stands out, of course, is that win last week for Sheldon over a tough Monterey Trail, previously undefeated. And then Delta League rival. There is a great rivalry, and it's been existing for years. And they're both right out of the Elk Grove School District. And like I said, they've had some great contests in the past, and we figure the same tonight, Will.
Well, they do indeed. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame, the weather has changed here in the Sacramento Valley, and we have a brisk wind that could have bearing on anything hitting the air, kicking game, or in the passing attack. And to bring you up to date, presently 67 degrees, the wind drooping down a wee bit, just to 13 miles per hour, but it comes in gusts. And there's your humidity factor, but visibility clear as one can see. So the field's in perfect condition here at Wildcat Stadium. That should be no factor at all. Well, let's take a look at a couple of the specialty graphics we put together, focusing on a couple of star players, one from each ball club. And we'll start it off with the visiting team. And High C, a versatile Husky. It's been a while since we've seen a ball player with such production in so many areas, Jim.
Well, Alex Cook truly does it all. He plays running back, defensive back, kickoff return. Look at the rushing average, 10.6, 2 touchdowns, receiving. Average catch, 27.6, 5 touchdowns. Punt returns, averaging 30 yards a return, 1 for a touchdown. Kickoff returns, 28.5. Tell me something, what doesn't he do? He is truly a great all-round player and a threat in all those areas, Will.
We're looking forward to seeing him in action this evening. Now for the hosts, they've got several standouts. Among them, we have to focus on Special K because he leads the way in so many areas. Number 20, Kadero Tamandong.
Well, there you see him, and we've watched him for 3 years, and he truly is a warrior. He's rushed for 141 yards this year, averaging 10 for 2 touchdowns, 52 tackles, leading the team, averaging 13 a game. He's got an interception, a fumble recovery, and like I said, we've had the pleasure of watching him. He brings it. He comes to play. I don't care where you put him. You're going to get your money's worth. He is truly an outstanding high school football player.
Yes, he is. It's been a pleasure to see him work the last few years, and tonight's a big game, of course, on homecoming night here for the Franklin Wildcats. We're going to step back for a moment, and when we return from this break, we're going to take a close look at Domino's Dozen, the weekly rankings from around the area. We'll be right back.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back to the show. We're in Elk Grove this evening at Cosumnes Oaks High School, where a Delta League battle is set to unfold. Host Franklin taking on the visiting Sheldon High Huskies. I'm Will James along with Jim Domino. We welcome you aboard. We'll check in with Rick Stewart a little bit later, but right now we're going to take a look at the weekly rankings compiled by the Imperator, Jim Domino.
Well, let's start out with Del Oro. That's where they've been. They've been there all season, number 1. And followed by Folsom, who has 1 loss to Sac High. Grant 3, still unbeaten. Coach Albergini's ball club just keeps rolling along. Elk Grove, number 4, being upset by Davis, but still very tough. Rockland having a great season in that tough Sierra Foothill League. Oak Ridge only lost to the ex-state champion Reed High School of Reno, right in the running of that Sierra Foothill. Antelope 7, Sheldon 8. Monterey Trail suffering their first defeat last year at our visiting Sheldon ball club here tonight. Number 10, Sac. 11, Jesuit High School. And number 12, Whitney entertaining Del Campo tonight. Now in the red zone, waiting to get in, Roseville fresh off a great victory over Del Campo, 28-24. Cosumnes Oaks having a good season at the 14th spot. Franklin here tonight at 15, being defeated last week by Grant, but hoping to make amends here tonight. Vista High School keeps going, and they look like the class right now of that Cal League over there. Del Campo dropping to 17, a tough loss to Roseville. Intercom 18 is starting to come on. El Camino new on 19, and Bradshaw Christian at number 20.
Thank you, Jim. We're going to take a short break and come back for this evening's opening kickoff here on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Well, a terrific rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Matt Mackey, the Franklin High band director. Well, let's take a look and check out the crew that the NCOA assigned to keep this game fair and square tonight. Our veteran referee this evening wearing the white cap, Ray Pulley. He's working with umpire Frank Griffin, head linesman Andrea Barber. Robert Bailey, the line judge tonight, and Brad Werner will serve as the back judge. Again, we have excellent fall football conditions. The stiff breeze that came up since late this morning is still swirling around Wildcat Stadium. Might have an effect on the passing and kicking games tonight. Otherwise, terrific atmosphere, clear conditions, and a good crowd here tonight on homecoming night for Franklin High and the Wildcats. It'll be Franklin kicking off to Sheldon. Franklin wearing their grays, and the visiting Huskies in their whites trimmed in teal. Nate Lindemann doing the booting for Franklin. And twin returners stationed near the Sheldon goal line, and that is going to be taken by Cook, and it's going to be a touchback, no return, out to the 20, and that's where Sheldon will start its offense. Let's take a look at the Huskies offense led by quarterback Chancellor LaChapelle. He's working in the backfield with fullback Gutierrez, Lindsay, the wideouts Juniel and McFalls, and Irving, the tight end. The interior line, the outstanding Ravante Holt, Middleton, Barrett, Mariano, and Izatula comprise that starting unit.
Well, there you see that undersized defense on a knee there waiting for Sheldon to break the huddle, except for the big guy in the middle, Will, number 76, Joyner Hill, Christian Joyner Hill. He's the only sizable guy there at 6'1", 265. And all around him are a bunch of small guys when you consider today's game.
So the Huskies break their huddle. LaChapelle under center, turn and give, and the first carry of the ball game belongs to Graylin Lindsay.
Appears to be a fumble.
And it is a fumble. And a recovery by the Wildcats. What a break for the home team on the first play from scrimmage. And coming up with the football, an outstanding play, Jose Rodriguez with the recovery. So one play and cough up the football. Terrific field position. Upcoming here for the Wildcats. Football spotted at the 21-yard line. Let's see if they can capitalize. So sophomore quarterback Regino hands off to Tamandong. He works to the right and gets about 3 before he's gang tackled and shoved back.
Well, looking at the contrast of the uniforms, Will, if I were a quarterback, it'd be a rough to see the difference.
Actually, they're going to give him 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 8 from the Sheldon 19-yard line. Double wideouts to the right, single wideout to the left. Left side running. And not much doing there. Jalen Lampley with the carry. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Tough D there. Let's take a look at that Franklin offensive alignment. Sophomore Nico Regino calling the signals here. A big load for this young man. Tamandong, the 3-year starter at the fullback position. DJ Smith. Ortez, a good slot back, and then Glenn and Brady Johnson, the wideouts. No gain, we'll call it 3rd and 8 from the 19. Slide to the right on the run, dropped.
Well, he threw a bullet. I was impressed with Regino, Will. That ball should have been caught.
Tariq Glenn, the intended receiver, and the defense did the job there. The down 3, Holt, Rogers, and Garrett for the Huskies. The quartet of backers, Allen and Gutierrez, Brooks, and Irving. And then in the secondary, Moore, Janelle, Edwards, and McFalls. Good coverage there. Field goal attempt upcoming for Nate Lindeman. He's clicked on 2 field goals thus far. This will be from the 26-yard line. Call it a 36-yarder. Left foot, a boot on the way. Wide left, no good. And the drive fizzles. So they are unable to capitalize on the early opportunity, the fumble recovery, and Sheldon is back where it started from. They'll open shop from their own 20.
Well, it's unfortunate. He put the ball there to Glenn, and Glenn had enough if he makes the catch, Will, for the move the chains. And I thought Regino threw it a little low, but on the run, and he threw a dart there, and I thought the ball should have been held.
Good enough to catch. Tough luck for the Wildcats. So we'll see what Joe Cataligo's Huskies come up here with their second possession as they dodge a cannonball with the first play fumble. La Chapelle turn and give. Left side running. Short yardage.
Well, number 1, Lindsey, moved it long about 6 yards.
Graylin Lindsey, we'll give him 4 on the play. Call it 2nd and 6 off the left side. We're just underway in case you've just tuned in. Nice to have you with us for the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Keep it on the ground. Lindsey works left, turns the corner, got big yardage for a first down and a whole lot more. And he's finally chased down, crossing the 45 to about the 47 or 48. Okay, the Wildcat defense, a down 3, Cuenga, Joyner Hill, and Lopez. And then they've got the 2 defensive ends outside the backers, as you see there. And the play's going to come back in the secondary. Smith, Jordan, Shepard, and Ryan Ortez.
54. Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
So Ray Pulley cites the infraction.
Well, Joe Catalico doing what he did well at Pleasant Grove. Loves to run left, lead with the fullback, power game.
2nd and 10. Tight formation for the Huskies. Nothing doing this time. The run is stuffed.
Well, nice job in there by Lopez. Eugene Lopez, the D tackle, did a nice job coming up to stop that run.
Boy, Lindsey getting a lot of work early. No gain on that carry. He's had 4 touches so far. 3rd and 10.
Well, watch Lindsey here get the football, and number 52, Lopez, did a great job. He was free early.
Okay, let's look for a passing down here. La Chapelle, play fake, straightens up. Throws over the middle and a sliding catch for first down yardage. Nicely gathered in that time. Isaiah McFalls with the grab. They spot the football at the 34-yard line of Sheldon.
Let's have another look at that. I like the way Chappelle steps up in the pocket. Watch this. He steps up in the pocket and delivers a strike right there to number 8, McFalls.
So a fresh set of downs for La Chapelle and the Huskies. Turn and give. And again, Lindsey getting a workout, but nowhere to go that time. Outstanding D from the Wildcats.
Well, certainly number 5 with a great defensive effort. Johnny Nolan coming up from his outside backer spot, Will. He came up there and wrapped up very nice. Let's have a look at that. A give to Lindsey. Watch Nolan come in there. There we go and finish him off.
Helping turn that play in. Lindsey 5 carries for 6 yards. Testimony to that tough Franklin defense. La Chapelle to throw. He's got an open man off the fingertips and incomplete to an open receiver. McFalls again.
Well, once again, I know this is the second time I've mentioned it, Will, but when you look at there and you take a quick glimpse, there's not much of a different color contrast that you see there.
Franklin in their home gray, just a slight shade darker than the road whites worn by Sheldon. So a big 3rd and 10. LaChapelle back to throw. Throws short, complete to Lindsey, break a tackle, run for a first down, dropped in Franklin territory at the Wildcat 48.
Well, impressive second effort on the part of Graylin Lindsey. That pass should have been good for only about 8 yards and not move the chains. He did a great job.
And it's going to be wiped out again. Another holding penalty against Sheldon. Negates the first down effort on the pass and run. LaChapelle to Lindsey.
I'm impressed the way LaChapelle hangs in the pocket. He looks very poised as you see them marching it off.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
Another look at the play.
LaChapelle back to pass, 3-step drop. Moves, has got mobility out of the pocket. You see him hit Lindsey. Lindsey breaks the tackle very nicely. Gives a great move. Picks up about an additional 10 yards. Nullified by that holding.
So they call it a 3rd and 9. Sheldon needs to make their own 44 to cash in a first down. Clock rolling here at the 7.5-minute mark, nearing midway first. Short drop, he's flushed, scrambled, he gets hit and fumbled, but the Huskies have a player there to recover. And that'll bring up a 4th and long. So good secondary coverage, forcing the scramble, and good pass rush.
Let's have a look at this pass rush. This defense is much quicker than I anticipated. Look at the heat they're putting on LaChapelle. A great strip, a loose ball, Sheldon recovering. But once again, I'm impressed on the quickness of that Franklin D. And Joyner Hill, their only big guy, all 265 pounds, wrapped up and caused that fumble, Will.
Evidently, we have the officials sorting out another infraction. We'll get the word from Ray Pulley. Didn't hear the call, but he's been a busy man.
Well, it's interesting now. Here's a punt, and with this wind factor, let's see how it looks like Tomadong back there to receive it.
4th and 20 from the Sheldon 25. Low snap down to get it. The boot is away, and it takes a high bounce. Tamandong fields at the Wildcat 45 and tries to get to the outside and does for about a 6-yard return. 36 yards on the punt, and Franklin will open shop at the Sheldon 49.
Well, it's good coverage down the field. I thought Oscar Gutierrez, number 10, got down there, made a nice solo. Tomadong isn't the easiest guy to bring down.
Boy, you can say that again. I wouldn't want to try it. So the stiff breeze continuing to swirl here at Wildcat Stadium, but otherwise outstanding fall football conditions. 1st and 10, Wildcats. Motion down the line. Option pass on the halfback.
There's Lampley releasing his field. Wow.
He's finally dropped. It's going to be a loss of about 5. So again, secondary coverage not enabling the pass.
Well, it's a halfback pass, and I think that surprised him. A halfback pass, if we see that again. And Von Allen did a great job from his outside backer spot. Let's take a look. A little trickery here by Coach Johnson. As you see, Lampley couldn't get it off.
2nd and 15 from the Wildcat 45. Regino slides away and fires incomplete. A trio of defenders surrounding the intended receiver, and incomplete. 3rd and 15.
Well, in his 2 pass attempts, Will, he's got the ball low. As you see Coach Johnson there relaying a play into Regino, his quarterback, young sophomore quarterback and now in his 5th game as a varsity football player.
Well, they load up the right side with 2 wideouts and a slot. And Regino rolls that way. Fires on the run to the sideline, incomplete. So they tried the halfback option pass and then 2 incompletions. Tough D by the Huskies to force a punt here.
Well, once again, they used Regino throwing on the run, and unofficially he's 0 for 3. And really, they're running out of field when he runs that rollout pass. He's under no heavy pressure, and it looks to me like he could turn the corner because I don't see an outside backer or a DN pressuring him to get rid of the football.
Alex Cook, the solo punt returner, standing at the Husky 15-yard line. Ortez boots it away, and Cook will let it bounce twice and let it roll inside the 5. Down at the 3. Tremendous boot there by Ortez, getting a great roll, and it pins the Huskies deep. 47 yards on the Ortez punt. And Sheldon's going to have to do it the hard way from their own 3-yard line.
Once again, neither team holding on to the football very long. I mean, it's almost like 3 downs and punt. They give up the football and didn't even hold the ball for 2 minutes. Well, once again, Chappelle looks very poised in the pocket. Regino under pressure.
Twin wideouts to the near side. Turn and give. Left side power. Wedging out for some field position is Lindsey. And he's just shy of the 10. But about a 5-yard burst to give him some breathing room.
Well, once again, Sheldon running left and loves to run left, lead with that fullback Gutierrez, running over Middleton and Holt. Middleton, they're very high on, a young sophomore, 6 feet, 235 at left guard. And take a look at him for a young sophomore starting early.
Nothing doing that time. Wow, terrific D by Franklin, gang tackling.
Well, again, Cornega, Jordan Hill, Lopez very quick up front, Rodriguez and Nolan. And watch the penetration by that quick D.
So no gain, 3rd and 6, still from the 7-yard line. LaChapelle overthrows his intended receiver to the near side, Alex Cook, incomplete. 4th and 6, bad news for the Huskies. They'll have to punt from deep in their end zone.
Well, once again, 3 and punt, and we're talking about a total possession of 116 on that, Will.
Through the air, LaChapelle's connected on 2 out of 4 for 24 yards, but they have lost the battle of field position. First, the fumble on their first play from scrimmage pinned them, and now they started this series from their own 3 and have to punt from their end zone.
Well, the longer that this young ball club stays in the game.
High but short on the boot by Lindsey. It does take a Husky roll, though, and it's going to be down at the Sheldon 35.
Well, as mentioned, Will, on these punt exchanges, certainly the Wildcats have gained an advantage here. The question is, can they take advantage? It's a short field. The ball's on approximately the 35-yard line, a short field to drive here.
Just 28 yards on that boot. So again, the pressure's back on the Sheldon defense. And I imagine Mike Johnson has to be happy with the way things are going here in the first quarter with 4:35 left.
Well, the longer this young, inexperienced ball club stays in this ball game, Will, the more confidence they get.
1st and 10, Wildcats. Turn and give. Nice hole off the left side for Trajan King. Close to a first down, a couple yards shy. They give him 9 on the play. We'll make it 2nd and 1. Football at the 26-yard line. Here's another look. Nice blocking.
Lots to give the King in here. Big hole on the left side. Running high, picked up about 9. 2nd and 1.
This is a situation where Mike Johnson sometimes likes to go upstairs, but they power up for the first down. Nice line blocking again. And again, Trajan King has the carry.
Well, Coach said that Kajon is going to see some action. Kajon King right up the right side, doing a good job. Tajon King, number 4.
Gain of 4. Football at the 22-yard line of Sheldon, trying to slam the door here. Turn and give. They stay on the ground. Nice opening over the right side. Big hole. Still powering up. Jalen Lampley.
Well, Lampley doing the job there, and behind Cocker and Tomlinson and Weincheck at center, they found something over there, Will, and they're capitalizing it on that 2 and 4 hole. They've been running the right side between guard and tackle, running the leads right up there, and good running by Lampley as well as King.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Football at the 15-yard line. Nice drive after the Franklin defense held and forced the short punt. Break a tackle and work to the outside. Nice individual effort there to the corner. Dive for the flag. Touchdown Wildcats.
Lampley with a great effort. Lampley, what a great effort. He was held right for no gain. Good job. Very, very impressive. Jalen Lampley.
Well, he came into the ball game with 235 yards rushing plus 3 touchdowns, and he hasn't slowed down in this game. 6-0 Wildcats on for the PAT. Lindemann, the left-footed booter. Out of the hold of Elias Mayall. Snap, spot, boot on the way. Got it. At 2:40, late first, here's how the Wildcats take the lead on homecoming night.
Watch Lampley's second effort, heads to the corner and outruns the defenders right to the corner, dives for the flag.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Gear up, guys.
Welcome back. It's the Hometown Sports Game of the Week, and on homecoming night, the hosts have taken the lead. Here's the kickoff. Cook at the goal line, trying to find a wedge, and finds a seam, breaks through, breaks a tackle, and stumbles across the 40 to the 42. What an effort. So the best field position of the game thus far for Sheldon, and it comes on a special team run back, and certainly that's nothing new for Alex Cook.
That was a great run back. Took the ball almost to midfield, 41-yard, 42-yard line, and Cook has had a tremendous year. He's got all kind of stats coming into this game and showed why he's dangerous.
The scoring drive, 35 yards in 4 plays. Again, big opening off the left side. Graylin Lindsey powers for a first down before he's finally dropped in the secondary at the Wildcat 45.
Watch the give to Lindsey over the left side here. Big hole. Great second up. Power running. That's more like Coach Catalico's power running game, particularly in the past. They've run more left and right and run that trap back right.
Gain of 13. There he is again, but he's stuffed, stymied, and shoved back this time. Nothing doing for Graylin Lindsey.
We got a late flag coming. I think we've got a slam down and might go against, yes, Franklin.
Didn't hear that official's call either, but it's going to be against the host Wildcats.
Apparently he said he slammed him down.
Major penalty.
Well,
Got
that's
a dead ball, personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
So the Huskies get a break there. First down at the Franklin 31.
big difference. They stop him for no gain and still lose 15.
They stay on the ground, and good power running generated by a fine offensive line surge. That time with the carry, Vaughn Allen. They give him 4 on the play, make it 2nd and 6. Football at the 27-yard line. And we're at the 1:19 mark, the first period slipping away. And the officials call a timeout here. Don't know a reason why, won't even speculate, but in case you've just dialed in, it's homecoming night here for Franklin High School at Casumnas Oaks High, but it's called Wildcat Stadium, and so far their crowd's pretty happy with a 7-0 lead, but Sheldon on the move, trying to square things here late in the first.
Well, they had a mechanical problem with the chains, Will, that had to be corrected.
2nd and 6 upcoming for La Chapelle and the Husky offense. Short drop, look right, fire out there. Dropped. Cook had it go off his hands. Incomplete.
Well, it was right there. The ball was right there where it should be. I'm impressed with the poise shown by quarterback Chancellor LaChapelle, coming into here 28 for 36, 694 yards, only 1 pick in 4 games, 7 touchdowns.
So a key 3rd down. It's a reverse. Cook gets it, and he's going to be shy of the first. He's dropped just outside the 25-yard line. We'll call it the 26, just a gain of 1.
Well, we have a key 4th down coming here with 4th and 5, Will. Once again, except for some power running left, I'm impressed with that quick Franklin front, along with linebackers that are outstanding in Montgomery and Tomadon.
Backs are split behind La Chapelle. They put on a big rush. He fires, incomplete.
Well, he was well covered, and I thought that ball was forced. Montgomery picked up the back out of the backfield. John Montgomery with great coverage, and La Chapelle really let him have it. He drilled him. That ball was hard to catch, Will.
Well, Lindsey had his hands on it, but it's still incomplete now. Just 2 out of 6 for 24 yards for La Chapelle in the passing department. So the Wildcats take over. Above average field position for Franklin. And they'll open shop at their 26-yard line.
Well, this is the first time that they've had to drive a full field. They've been given the ball several times with short fields, Will. This time they got a full field ahead of them.
First down, Regino, a handoff leaking through the middle with a good gain on first down.
Well, that's great movement. I'm impressed with the movement in number 2. DJ Smith seeing action here for first time. He's had some problems with that knee. It will look good there. Showed me some great lateral movement.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. The first period has come to a close here with host Franklin on top, 7-0. Let's turn our attention to Rick Stewart.
All right, thanks, Will. We've got Kathy Harris here, who's the cheer director. Now, tell me, you got something going on with your cheer squad.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, it's the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our cheerleaders have taken on breast cancer awareness to a new level, and we raise funds for American Cancer Society making strides against breast cancer. And so we'll be volunteering out at their walk in Sacramento on October 16th. And then we have a big dinner gala that we raise money, and all of our proceeds go to the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer.
That's outstanding. Athletes in the community.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks, Kathy, for being with us. Wish we had a whole lot more time to talk about the things you do.
Oh, thank you for talking to me.
All right. Thanks, Kathy. All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Rick Stewart. So they change ends of the field at the quarter break. In time of possession, Sheldon's held the football for 7:14, while Franklin just 4 minutes and 46 seconds, but they lead the contest 7-0. In total offense, Sheldon 42 yards in 17 plays, Franklin 34 yards in just 11 plays, but they had the short field and they cashed in. Each club has had 2 first downs.
That's the key to short field. Franklin had their possessions were on a very short. This is the first long field drive that they've had.
So Nico Regino, the sophomore QB, has a touchdown lead. Fires out to the left side, incomplete behind his intended receiver, which was Brady Johnson.
That's unfortunate. He's got guys open, and I've got him unofficially in the 0 for 5 bracket right around.
So the first play of the second quarter incomplete, as total darkness has enveloped Wildcat Stadium here at Cosumnes Oaks High School in Elk Grove. Welcome to Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Second down, play fake. Regino rolls and fires. He's got a completion, gets a block, and into Sheldon territory with a big gain and a first down.
First catch of the night for Brady Johnson, and Brady's had a terrific year. He's their leading receiver, Will. And it really comes with the genes in that Johnson family. His brother was an outstanding receiver now up at Boise State.
Football spotted at the Sheldon 47, and the 2 receivers crossed paths on that play. It almost looked like they could have executed a handoff there.
Well, they run a double cross, what they call a double cross pass.
Triple wide to the left. Turn and give. Tamandong trying to get outside. Breaks one tackle and reverses. Breaks another tackle. Cuts, bobs, bounces, and runs for about 5 on all individual effort.
I think he's going to give Coach Johnson a few gray hairs with reversing his field. There you see him. Kadero Tamadong, the 3-year veteran, starting both ways for 3 years, and one of Coach Johnson's favorites. Watch the amount of moves here. Going left, reverses field, breaks a few tackle, breaks another one, stiff arms, and uses it all, and still comes out and picks up about 6-7 yards, Will.
Excellent effort there. Football parked at the Sheldon 40. And a stoppage of play, a timeout called for and taken by Mike Johnson's Franklin Wildcats. And we'll step back ourselves and return shortly for more of Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Up to the line of scrimmage come the Wildcats, looking at a 2nd and 3. Regino over the middle, a diving grab, tumbling inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. What an excellent reception there.
It certainly was.
Nice job by Tariq Glenn. First down, Wildcats.
Glenn with an outstanding catch. Take a look at this. Regino to Glenn. A diving catch on a ball thrown behind.
Boy, the secondary sure gave him a lot of cushion on that. Ian Moore, the nearest DB.
Well, he did, and now we have 2 in a row by Regino after going 0 for 5.
2 for 6 now for 32 yards. First down. Wildcats. Tamandong weaves his way through a hole, barrels forward, and drives the pile inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Gee whiz.
Kadero Tamandong really doing it on his own, and there wasn't much of a hole. He hit that crease in there. Watch the effort. Hand off to Tamandong, going outside, breaks a tackle, gets another piece. Watch him move the pile again, an additional 3-4 yards after contact.
Tremendous effort there. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from the Sheldon 18-yard line. Wildcats on the move. Handoff up the gut and barreling forward across the 15-yard line. Nice power run of about 3 yards.
Well, the right side got off. They may be smaller, but that right side got off the ball.
DJ Smith.
Watch that handoff in there. DJ Smith seeing action, and he's had problem with a knee injury, and Coach Johnson very high on him, and can't wait till he gets 100%.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Regino looks right and fires, and he's got a reception inside the 10-yard line in between double coverage. A high strike hauled in beautifully by Tariq Glenn.
Well, I'm impressed with the receivers. Glenn and Johnson are very impressive, and Regina gunned that ball nice and high. There he is. He gets rid of it quickly. Right in the hands. Glenn's open early.
Nice replay, guys. Gain of 6, make it 2nd and 4. A play coming in from the sideline as you see the sophomore quarterback, Nico Regino, now starting to warm up.
He is. He's gaining his confidence, and now Coach Johnson has thrown more since he's confident.
Tamandong barrels ahead inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
Ravante Holt with a nice shoestring tackle on him, solo tackle to bring him down.
They don't give him much on the spot there.
No, I thought he had more than that.
3rd and 3. Football looks like it's at the 8. They just gave him a yard gain on that, apparently. Another play coming in from the sideline as we see the Sheldon brain trust from across the way. Pretty concerned right now, already trailing 7-0 as we near midway 2nd, and timeout on the field taken by the Wildcats. Regino apparently unsure what they wanted to run there, and there you see Mike Johnson right in the middle of that Franklin huddle.
Well, I think it's a great call by Coach Mike Johnson, because he saw the defense set up, and rather than put the pressure on young sophomore Regino, he went out there, called the timeout. He'll make an adjustment right there.
Well, we've got more exciting action coming up next week on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. The Inderkum Tigers, Terry Stark's outfit, play host to the invading River City Raiders out of West Sacramento. That'll be Friday, October 7. Of course, right here on Access Sacramento, Comcast Channel 17, and also Consolidated Cable. River City versus Inderkum 1 week from tonight. More stats coming in from our executive statistician, Gary Martin, in the rushing department. Sheldon has 18 yards, just 1.6 per, while Franklin's really piling it on. They're averaging nearly 4.5 a carry. Regino rolls away, throws for the corner, broken up.
Well, he's very fortunate that ball wasn't picked off.
On the coverage there.
Yeah, there was good coverage in the corner, and I think you're going to see the field goal team coming in.
Isaiah falls from his free safety position with the breakup, and it is, in fact, going to force a field goal attempt. Nate Lindemann, it will be his 2nd attempt. He missed one earlier from 32. This one spotted at the 15. It'll be a 25-yard attempt here. coming on 4th and 3, and it'll be from the right hash mark. Mayall, the holder, spotted clean, on the way, and it looks wide. It is wide left. So Lindemann came into the ball game with 2 field goals in the first 4 games and is 0 for 2 tonight from relatively short range.
Well, it is. That ball was pushed. That ball was pushed to the left. Left-footed kicker and just pushed it. Unfortunate for them, really. And you see Coach Johnson in here talking to one of his assistants, and they've had opportunities to be ahead in this football game as much as 13-0, and quite frankly doing a job. Their defense is doing a job, and we looked at the rushing stats, and they're somewhat deceiving because, as you well know, a good 3 of the best runs that Sheldon have made have been called back, and so that put a damper on their runs.
LaChapelle wants to throw deep up the middle, incomplete, but a flag down in the secondary. He was going right down the middle to Isaiah McFalls. And we'll see about the penalty. It's going to go against Franklin, and we'll get the official call from Ray Pulley.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, there you hear it. Pass interference. Sheldon gets 15 yards out of it, and they'll set up 1st and 10 from their 35. Turn and give. Big hole left side. Power running, but it closes up quickly. However, it's a gain to the 39-yard line. Gain of 4.
Well, we've got that crosswind once again coming across.
Boy, he's getting a workout, Graylin Lindsay.
To the guest side, to the following side.
Seven-minute mark, second quarter. Still 7-0 Franklin here on homecoming night. Boom! Hit in the backfield and dropped.
Well, I'll tell you, 52 is very, very impressive. Eugene Lopez has made numerous tackles tonight and really gets in there quick. Very, very impressive.
Vaughn Allen was wondering what fell on him.
Eugene Lopez has been getting into that backfield.
Loss of 1, 3rd and 7.
5'9", 215. He is quick.
Loss of 2, actually. Big 3rd down. LaChapelle has some time. Looks and fires over the middle. He's got a man wide open. 1st down, Sheldon. Wrestled down, again open on the play. McFalls with the catch.
McFalls wide open. Good protection that time for LaChapelle. He stayed in the pocket. Let's have a look at that. Watch the time that LaChapelle has in the pocket and delivers a strike right to McFalls, right wide open in the middle.
23 yards on the catch. Loose coverage by Donovan Jordan.
Tackled by Jordan finally. Yeah, it was loose coverage, Will, exactly.
Football parked at the Franklin 40-yard line. Gain of 23 on the play, largest of the night. He's going to throw again. Pressured, steps up, and throws low, incomplete. He got hurried on the pass rush there.
He did, and someone almost got the ball from behind. If we look at that again, you'll see great pressure by the defensive front of Franklin.
And this is also going to see a deep drop by Tamandong on the coverage here. Exceptionally deep drop into the secondary.
Here's pressure applying, and Tamandong going deeper than normal linebacker coverage, Will.
So Regino has picked up his stats considerably, though they didn't cash in the last drive. He's now 4 out of 10 for 61. LaChapelle is warming up a bit himself. Turn and give, right side run. Vaughn Allen, big room, and dropped hard. with a jarring tackle at the 25-yard line, but it's enough for another Huskies first down.
Ryan Ortiz with a great solo tackle, but he broke a tackle early in the run. If you see this, they could have stopped it from a 3-yard gain. And as we look at it here, there was a missed tackle right early in there, and a great second effort on the part of number 5, Allen.
From the Franklin 21, a 1st and 10. Huskies on the move, trailing by 7. Turn and give, power running left. Nice gain, stymied though after a short yardage. Allen is getting a nice little bit of work here, gain of about 3 to 4.
Getting off, he's limping, he's getting off the field.
Ortiz very active on defense.
Watch Allen power running inside.
Make it 2nd and 7 on the gain of 3. Football at the Franklin 23. Clock rolling here with less than 5 minutes remaining in a low-scoring first half here from Cosumnes Oaks High on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Nothing doing. Lindsey got the handoff and was greeted by 3 defenders and shoved back.
Well, they had 3 defenders, and once again, he's been in their backfield all in the first half. Eugene Lopez leading the group of defenders.
Lopez came into the game with 18 tackles and a sack, and he's been excellent tonight.
When they run those counters with their pulling, it's delayed action, and it seems to me that defenders get in the creases and beat these pulling linemen.
No gain on the play, still 3rd and 7. Play fake, they screen, Lindsey's got it in big room to the outside, no one near him to the goal line. Touchdown Huskies on the catch and run. La Chapelle to Graylin Lindsey covering 23 yards.
That's how you stop pressure. I'll tell you, that's a great call on a screen pass. Well, that is a great call and well executed. Went untouched. If we see that again, when pressure's coming like that, that is one great call by Coach Catalico and his staff.
Jack Dolinar on for the PAT. He's been successful on 17 out of 18 this season. Spotted clean, blasted all the way, and it's a bullseye. At the 4-minute mark, late second, we are even at 7-all, and here's how the Huskies tied the game.
Watch La Chapelle with plenty of protection here and throws the ball off on the screen, and there you have it. He's in the end zone.
We'll be right back.
Hey Gabby, how you doing? How's the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Well, we're back where we started from. An even score. Sheldon's on the board, having tied the game at 7-all. And set to kick off. 80 yards, 9 plays to get even. High kickoff, fielded just outside the goal line. Nice run back right up the middle. And Tamandong on special teams has given Franklin some pretty good field position here. And about 4 minutes left on the clock for sophomore quarterback Regino.
Well, we've got ourselves a good ball. Go watch Tamandong take the ball on about the 5-yard line and bring it back with a nice return to approximately the 29-yard line.
Twin wide receivers to the near side for the Wildcats. Tamandong in the backfield, pistol formation. And whistles are going to stop play as we saw Jordan in motion, and that's when the whistles came.
Yeah, it looks like
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Rivante Holt a little anxious with that man in motion crossing, breaking the plane.
So a 5-yard gift, make it 1st and 5 from the Franklin 33. And it looks like basically the same formation. Let's see if we see the motion in the backfield again. We do not. Quick throw near side, a wobbler that's incomplete. Tariq Glenn, the intended receiver. I don't think Regino really had a good grip on the football there.
No, it's a little different with these crosswinds. It looks like he rushed to play.
So Tariq Glenn has had a couple receptions this evening, a couple above average catches, but couldn't get to that one. So 2nd and 5. Triple wide receivers to the near side, overloaded. Tamandong has the pill, no hole to go to, but he breaks out wide to the left, out of bounds, shy of the 40. Another excellent individual effort. Kadero Tamandong.
Well, they had him trapped back there for a 5-yard loss. Will, he comes out of there with about a 3-yard gain. Now we've got a 3rd and 3, and they could have been in real trouble. That's a great effort. Tamandong.
3rd and a 3. They're going to spot the football just outside the 35-yard line.
Well, they can run the hitches. As you look at this wide side here, in this formation that they're in, there's a huge cushion here by the outside receiver, and it looks like that they can get a 3-yard hitch if they want to. They may just give the ball and pick up 3 out of the backfield.
He wants to throw and does. Over the middle, a bobble and a grab on a crossing pattern. Excellent concentration that time. Johnson with the catch, Brady Johnson.
Brady Johnson, outstanding effort, great hands.
1st and 10, here's another look.
Regina throws a strike to Brady. Brady holds on despite great contact.
Cook with the coverage. 1st and 10 from the Sheldon 40. Fighting the clock a little bit now at 3:10 to go. Trying to break a 7-7 tie. Regino rolls to the near side, fires on the run. Wide open. He's got another receiver and finally dragged down inside the 25-yard line. Excellent catch and run, and Tariq Glenn has been active in the receiving corps.
He
Nice
sure
strike.
has. I can't believe how open he was. Well, let's look at this. You see Regina rolling out right. Glenn wide open, running that outside route, picking up a sizable gain.
There was a downfield block there by Lampley that was marginally legal, I'd say. Regino now really picking up the pace. 5 out of 12 after shooting blanks early in the game. 76 yards and counting. 1st down. Football at the Sheldon 25. And whistles are going to bust this play. A penalty marker out from the back judge.
Well,
delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
that was a quick 25, and Mike Johnson is told him that's the quickest 25 count. Wow.
I think that's the quickest one I may have
Oh
ever seen.
my goodness.
Joe Catalico on the opposite sideline, no complaints from him.
Oh no.
So the football moved back to the 30-yard line, make it 1st and 15. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the half. Motion shown in that backfield, and whistles are going to bust this play.
Well, right now, if they got a screenplay in their playbook, they're coming real tough. They're spreading the defense out.
Your wide out, number 9.
Okay.
Delay a game. Looked like
Got a
movement.
dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I think he may have mentioned number 9 there, Jalen Lampley, but it cost the Franklin Wildcats another 5.
Well, now they've gone from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20.
Football back now at the Sheldon 35-yard line. Still, though, first down. Regino, fake, keep, throw on the run.
Well, that ball was behind number 44. That's too bad. He was wide open. John Montgomery was wide open, and he threw the ball behind him.
That'll bring up 2nd and 20 now. Regino, a look to the sideline here. The clock stopping at 2:52. I want to remind you that at the intermission, Rick Stewart will be visiting with the head coaches, Mike Johnson of Franklin and Joe Catolico of Sheldon, and other guests. Regino to throw, deep right corner, going for Glenn, incomplete, no flag.
Well, good coverage out there. If we take another look at there was some contact. I wanted to see who was causing it or if any advantage gained. Let's look at that coverage. Now you see Regina going big, deep.
Lloyd Johnson with the coverage, a bit of a bump. I'm glad I didn't have to make the call. So timeout at the 2:46 mark, late second, a 7-7 tie, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 20 for the host Franklin Wildcats here on homecoming night. Lots of festivities and gaiety going on here. The marching band fully assembled and a good crowd on hand tonight.
Coach Johnson in that huddle is really relating to all his players. Watch the attention that he gives, the arm movement, etc. He covers it all.
That he does, and it should be noted that Coach Johnson has one of the most daunting tasks of being a head coach for 2 varsity sports in overlapping seasons, and that includes the Franklin High girls varsity basketball team.
Boy, I'll tell you, he's something, and I admire his energy, and he just doesn't like letting down those kids, Will.
No, he doesn't. What a passion. So here we are, 3rd and 20, double wide to the left. Deep throw, left sideline. A leaping grab and a first down. Acrobatic catch by Brady Johnson. Wow.
While everyone was wondering who's going to go up for it, Brady says, I'll take it. Watch this tremendous focus and concentration. Brady Johnson going up over everybody, concentrating on the ball. That is a great catch and a great effort.
28 yards on the catch, and it sets up the Wildcats beautifully with a first down inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. Turn and give, Tamandong hit, bounces outside, runs for the corner. Touchdown Wildcats. He's done it all night long. Broken tackles and running for extra. 6 yards to the end zone the hard way. Cadero, Special K, Tamandong. At 2:11, late second, it places the Wildcats back on top. 13-7. On for the PAT, Nate Lindemann. 14 for 17 on the season. Spotted, booted. That one had the rhythm. It's good. And at 2:11, late second, 14-7. Let's take a look at the Tamandong TD run as we go to break.
Watch Tamandong with great second effort going into the corner, bounces off a tackle.
We'll be right back.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The Wildcats go 71 yards in 9 plays. The leaping catch by Brady Johnson kept the drive alive, and then Tamandong finished it off with a power run. 14-7 Wildcats. A chip shot kickoff by Lindemann trickles out of bounds, and a flag flies. Not sure that's what Mike Johnson was looking for on the kickoff.
Well, no, but if you noticed, even though we have a crosswind, when kicking right to left,
by rule, they'll take
south
the
to
ball at the
north,
35-yard line, first down.
the ball's traveling much further, going left, south to north than it is north to south, Will, despite the fact that some of the wind is crosswind. Now, no, it's not what he wanted.
Mike Johnson along that Franklin sideline. His club has led 7-0 and now 14-7. But Sheldon's got 2 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the half and starts with good field position from its 35. LaChapelle, heavy rush, and gets dropped for a big-time sack.
There he is. There's the big guy up front. The nose guard doing a job. Once again, Christian Joyner Hill, the only big guy in that front, Will. He and Lopez are having a big day on D. There's a nice sack in here. Great penetration. Look at that quick defensive front of the Wildcats.
2 sacks now registered by the Franklin defense. That's a loss of 6. Big hole off the left side. Again, power running from Lindsey. And he makes it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give him 6 on the carry. But it brings up a key 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, watch the handoff, big hole. Lindsey going up the field, running over people, picking up about that 6 yards at least.
Jack Middleton just laid a tremendous block on Tamandong and cleared the way. Lindsey now 10 carries for 27 yards. Clock rolling, less than a minute. Hurry up offense now for LaChapelle and the Huskies. Plenty of time, looking deep, throws for the right sideline, going for Cook, who makes the grab.
That's
and
a
it's
big
a
catch.
Key catch to stop the clock, and first down yardage, Alex Cook. Boy, what a strike delivered by LaChapelle.
Watch the replay here. Chappelle with all the time in the world. Great pass protection. He goes deep to Cook. Watch this nice catch. Going out of bounds, stopping the clock. Good concentration.
25 yards on the aerial connection from LaChapelle to Alex Cook. Clock stopping at 42 seconds. Football parked at the Franklin 40. Huskies trying to hustle now and get even on the scoreboard again. They're down 14-7. Turn and fake. LaChapelle steps up, fires a bullet, has an open man. What a catch and a pinpoint strike. Boy, that was excellent execution there.
Oh, very impressive to 22. Outstanding effort.
Brandon Irving, the tight end, with the catch. 30 yards. That was a real laser shot.
But watch the poise of Yes, take a look at this LaChapelle right here. Back to pass, play action. Watch him step up. Beautiful shot.
Pinpoint strike.
I like his.
And the clock stops here on the timeout. Coverage in the secondary by Shepard.
But I like his leg work in that pocket, Will. He moves his feet well.
So consecutive completions to his receivers, 25 yards, then 30 yards, has them knocking on the door. LaChapelle, 6 out of 10 for 126.
Well, it's outstanding work. He back-to-back, he hits Cook, and then he hits Irving, his tight end, who we haven't heard of thus far tonight, and this was great timing. He was wide open.
Well, the Wildcats are having a ball, as you can see there. The mascots helping get this crowd excited, and of course they're hoping for a defensive stop, while the visitors on the other side, the Sheldon Huskies, hoping for a game-tying drive here to beat the clock. LaChapelle beautifully engineering this drive thus far. He wants to throw, throws to the near side.
That's great coverage by Tamandong. I thought for a minute he was going to pick it. Great coverage by Tamandong.
Complete to Lindsay, but no gain on the play.
Well, Tamandong got the coverage with the linebacker covering the running back out of the backfield. Tamandong has done a job there.
So 23 seconds remaining here in the first half. And again, a reminder, Rick Stewart will be not only interviewing the head coaches for each squad, but also some other special guests that are here on homecoming night for the Franklin Wildcats. Mike Johnson nervously pacing that Franklin sideline, hoping for a stop here, hoping to take a 7-point cushion into the locker room at halftime.
Well, I know defensive coordinator Ruby Ellis, who happens to be Coach Johnson's father-in-law, running that D.
He look like he going with one-on-one. He going on single coverage. He's going out there for sure. He's going out there for the fade. He's got to go out there for the fade.
Okay, they're set up with a second down. Second goal from the 10. He gets flushed out. Throw for the corner. Good coverage out there. A diving try is incomplete. That'll bring up third and goal with 16 seconds. That was rather a dangerous pass out to the right sideline. And
it was dangerous. He rolled out of the pocket, and you got to be very careful here.
Get that shit right.
boom! Nothing doing. A big-time sack right there, registered by the Franklin defense.
Well, that's a great tackle coming across there from his safety spot. Shepard from his strong safety position. Shepard with a great tackle. Wow, here comes the field goal team, Will.
Third sack of the game for the Franklin defense. The football spotted back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a 26-yard attempt. And it's right directly in the middle of the field, equal distance between the hash marks, with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, once again, the defense comes through when it has to. They've made some great stops when they need to, Will. They give a little bit, but then they come back and make a play. He's got to be very proud of this defensive team. Really, they're giving away a lot of size, yet they've come up with some big plays tonight, Will.
Okay, Jack Dolinar with the strong leg to do the booting. He steps up and has distance. Got it! At 5 seconds of the second quarter, Dolinar caps the frantic drive by the Huskies to draw close at 14-10.
Oh, we've got a good ball game going here. Both clubs here, they've thrown wind out the window, so to speak, and they're playing pretty good football. And Franklin really doing a great job here on homecoming night. Definitely the underdog coming against an undefeated Sheldon team. And the Wildcats are playing a great football game. And like I said, they got a lot of underclassmen. They come in as an underdog, but you never know it. Coach Johnson's really got them up for this game.
He does indeed, and it's a special night for anyone associated with Franklin. here on homecoming night, but credit the late quarter drive by La Chapelle and the Huskies as you see the bounding kickoff. And it's going to be downed outside the 35-yard line, and that completes the first half of play with Franklin on top, 14-10 in an anticipated rugged Delta League battle here tonight at Cosumnes Oaks High School. And as soon as Rick Stewart is able to gather his first guest, we'll hang on a little bit. I think he'll be speaking shortly with Mike Johnson, who's got to be happy taking this slim lead to the locker room in what was a ball game that was a question mark in many aspects after last week's defeat. So let's go ahead and turn our attention down to field level and Rick Stewart with Coach Johnson. Well, I guess
before we played Grant, and we're playing football again. I'm excited about it.
Conditions and your defensive line has played really well tonight.
Oh, they played well. I mean, we're playing Franklin football. Our defense is getting stops, and offensively, we're moving the ball again.
Is the wind playing a part in it at all?
No, I don't think so. It's actually died down a little bit tonight.
Okay, what are you going to do in the second half to make sure?
We're going to win in the second half.
Good answer. Good answer. Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. All right, guys, we'll send it back up to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. Very positive statement with serious conviction behind it, Coach.
Well, he's very confident, and once again, he motivates those young kids, and the young kids are playing tough tonight. You never know. They're in their fifth ball game, and I know he wants them to grow up in a hurry, and certainly they're showing evidence of maturity tonight, and it's no luck. They're playing hard. Their defense is coming tough to the football, and size is not a factor the way they're playing.
No, not evident thus far, and that was a concern of his, certainly. Okay, back to Rick Stewart with another guest. Rick? Oh, after the break. All right. Stick around. We will return to Cosumnes Oaks High School and more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
There's the score, 14-10. You can see it. I can't see it on my field monitor here, but I've got a special guest here from Franklin. It's the media director. Now, Don Williams, tell me what the media director means.
Well, we have a news show every day at Franklin High School, and I'm very proud to be part of our broadcast production program at Franklin High School, and I get to work with amazing kids every day to put on a live newscast.
So you have a live newscast that goes out to the whole campus, produced by students.
Yes, produced by students, solely by students. They edit, they shoot, we write all the stories, and we show it every day to our student body.
Now, you have a green screen, you were telling me, too, that you use for production?
Yes, we have a green screen virtual set, and the kids get to pick the colors and design it, and I wish we had a real set, but it's good. It does its job for us.
Well, it'll work until the real set comes along.
That's right.
Okay, now you've got some videos that you have for us tonight set up, and again, you know, it may be tough for us to see because we don't see it on the monitor here right now, but we're going to show a couple of them before we take a break. We're going to show a couple here, and again, you know, you can't really tell me what's going on because of the videos, but we'll be able to, at least I'll be able to hear them. But these are some videos that your students produced. Let's see the first couple of videos.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I think the Wildcat TV is very important. It's a great way to share information with the rest of the school, and it also kind of creates kind of a culture. You know, everybody watches it in the morning, and everyone can share experiences through the bulletin. I think it's awesome.
Wildcat TV is truly the key to all the success at Franklin High School because we're delivering all the information on class meeting times, club meeting times, spirit days, and such. So without it, all the spirit at Franklin wouldn't be possible.
Wildcat TV, like, we are here and we provide in the news. Every now and then we drop something funny in there too. You know, like we're the first thing that happens at school. You know, so what we do is pretty important.
We are just doing this for fun. Can still let you figure out how like this certain type of technology works and how like this type of business is. So if you ever want to go in this type of career, it's very important for you to learn this and already know how to do it, because if you don't know how, you're not going to get very far.
It's a great way of spreading the news, and it's also a great way to kind of get students involved in more activities. They can see what's going on during the school day and during the week, and they can sign up for clubs or go to meetings based on that.
Getting a basis or a foundation of like what actual life is outside, and like a preview sort of for future jobs. And I think it's great that we connect with other kids that have the same passion with us.
Alrighty, we're back here, and I'm here with one of the students, Nick Conklin. Now, first of all, junior, senior, freshman? Senior, okay. Tell me a little bit about what you do and the parts you've played in some of these videos.
Well, you know, mainly I'm the cameraman, but, you know, I really like producing the videos, and we try to, you know, film them so that way the kids enjoy them. And, you know, mainly what I do is direct the show, but a lot of the times I like to get out there and film the videos and, you know, really make something for all the kids to enjoy.
Now, how long have you been interested in something like this, you know, somewhere in the field?
Pretty much for most of my life. You know, I started doing this in about freshman year, but really it started picking up during sophomore year, and I just love it. You know, it's fun.
How do you feel that the program here will help you get where you need as well as other students?
Well, it's a great program. It really is. And the job skills that you learn in the program are transferable to tons of other job sites that you can work on. So it's really helpful, really helpful.
So in other words, we could have the next intern for Access Sacramento standing right in front of me.
Well, I hope so. I think that, you know, the job skills you learn in our program are just phenomenal, and it's really state-of-the-art stuff that we have, and we can really produce some quality content here.
What's the key thing you like to do in all the different aspects of you've been exposed to?
I love being behind the camera. You know, being behind the camera is what I like to do, and that's really where I like to be.
Don't want to stand up here with a microphone and interview people?
It's tough, but, you know, it's fun. It's great. Every job's fun.
All right. And what will you pass on to the lower class students? I mean, not the lower class, but the underclassmen?
Well, you try to, you know, teach them the skills that you already learn, and then try to transfer those to the next coming students, so that way they can, you know, continue on making great content.
The one thing you'll have to be good at is how you doing on your over-unders.
What?
Okay, well, we'll get that for you. Nick, thanks for being with us today. I'm going to turn back here to Don Williams for a second. Don, you've got some incredible people here in your program. We've employed one of them, not employed because I don't think we're a fan. But, you know, Cabby's working our parabolic monitor today, and she's been doing a good job trying to stay out of the way, especially. Yes. How do you feel that the program, what's the real big benefit towards their job aspirations, the ones that want to go on?
I think just being able to practice their skills every day on our live broadcast and be able to transfer those into even coming out and filming the game tonight, even though we're not filming it live, they can take back all those skills that they've learned in the classroom, here live at the game, and just produce content and have the skills to go out and make great videos and produce wonderful shows.
With your background, is it more TV or film for you?
More TV. More TV, definitely.
Yeah, ever had anything to do with film? I mean, you know, a desire to work in films?
Not necessarily film. I've been a TV for many years here in Sacramento, so I'm really excited to be a part of this program and to bring, you know, what I have to offer to my students every day.
Well, it sounds like a really good job that you do in the whole program. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after that. We're going to talk with the Franklin Athletic Director, Mike Cody. We'll take a break here. 14-10 is the lead. Franklin ahead of Sheldon. It's homecoming night. We'll be right back.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
There's the halftime score, 14-10, Franklin in the lead. I've got Nick Conklin here with me. We've got a couple other videos that you guys produced here, the second one of which is the Touchdowns for Cancer. Tell me a little bit about these two videos.
Well, the Touchdowns Against Cancer video we made it for the football team because they're participating in this program where each touchdown the team scores, depending on how much money they earn per touchdown, it's going to donate towards St. Jude's. I believe it's St. Jude's Children's Hospital to help fight cancer, and it's really a great program to, you know, give back to the community.
All right, well, let's take a look at those videos now. We can roll them from the truck.
The varsity football team at Franklin High School is currently participating in a fundraising campaign called Touchdowns Against Cancer. The fundraiser supports children with cancer by donating money for each touchdown the team scores.
Hi, I'm Natalia here with Coach Johnson, here to talk about what is Touchdowns Against Cancer.
Hi, Franklin. Touchdowns Against Cancer is a program that our football team has decided to start for National Cancer Awareness Month. It really has to do with children who get cancer. 16,000 children this year will be afflicted with cancer. And sometimes we don't realize how special it is to play football, run around, catch the ball when there's a lot of people in this world that are sick and cannot do what we do. So we felt it was important to give back. And with Touchdowns Against Cancer, this is our way to give back. And our goal as a team is to get $250 per touchdown this year towards pediatric cancer awareness. We hope to score a whole bunch of touchdowns these next 3 weeks so we can raise a lot of money for this program.
We went to the varsity football practice to ask the players how they feel about the program.
In general, it helps against cancer, which is a horrible disease that breaks many families away, and it just hits them really hard.
My aunt, she also had breast cancer, passed away, so it's a serious matter for me. And I take this serious, and this is really important to me.
It is giving us as players an opportunity to use our blessings and our gifts to help those in need and to help raise money for them.
Reporting for WCTV, I'm Natalia Canna.
Alrighty, 14-10 there. Nick, take care. Good job tonight on the videos. Just want to say congratulations on what you guys are doing here.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck in the future. I'm going to turn quickly to Athletic Director Mike Cody. Mike, I know we don't have a whole lot of time to talk about all the things we want to. Fall sports coming in?
Yeah,
soccer.
Fall sports are doing great. We're really excited about what's going on in our league play right now. We're hoping the football can get this momentum going in the second half, and kind of all of our other sports will build on that as well. So
now you're still coaching baseball, right?
Still coaching baseball. That starts in the springtime, although it really never ends, with fall ball and summer ball. But looking forward to coming back to the spring season. And, of course, in the winter season, Mike Johnson's going to be coaching girls basketball again. He's going to get done with football, go right into girls basketball. We've got soccer in the wintertime now this year, which is a new thing for us. And we're excited about the prospects of both our boys and girls programs. And looking forward to having Ken Manfredi and Neil Westmoreland back on board as our boys basketball and wrestling coaches. A lot of stuff going on our campus. You can see from the stands, you can hear Brian Kilby's voice in the background, all the great stuff he does with our activities, and it's a great place to be. We're excited about what's going on in Franklin.
Well, thanks for having us here, Mike. We appreciate all the support you guys give us when we come down.
Oh, thank you. We love having you guys here. Every year we look forward to having you guys at our games, and Jim and Will up in the box. It's great. We love having you guys here. We're looking forward to seeing you here next year.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck. All right, we'll send it back upstairs. It's 14-10. Okay, we're going to take a break first, and then we'll come back. 14-10, Franklin in the lead.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
So happy to have you along for the ride this evening on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. The intermission is nearly concluded here. It's homecoming night for Franklin High School here at Cosumnes Oaks High, but it's actually Wildcat Stadium, and the home team on top, 14-10. Let's take a look at the number crunching from our executive statistician, Gary Martin. First half stats tell a lot of the story, Coach Domino.
Well, take a look at the rushing stats, and of course Franklin controls that 64-29. Passing yardage, of course, La Chapelle is doing well, particularly before the half. Finished very strong, 154-140, virtually even. First downs are even. Penalties, Franklin has 55 yards of penalty, which is kind of surprising. It looked like Sheldon had more, but turnovers, one big turnover to start the football game. And there you see the time of Poe. And it's not too much of a differential. And we've seen kind of Sheldon come alive a little bit there in that second quarter, Will, didn't we, where they start to open up with Chapelle. Primarily in that first quarter, they were run. Some of their best runs were called back by penalties. And then La Chapelle has showed us something with two great passes before the half.
Excellent passes. The receivers ran great routes. And as I understand it, the homecoming queen is being attended to here at the stadium, and certainly our congratulations to the Franklin Queen on homecoming night. On the individual stats, Lindsay, 27 yards rushing for a subdued Husky rushing attack, but Tomandong and Lampley did a nice job in tandem running the football for Franklin. Upstairs, after a slow start, the sophomore flash, Nico Regino, came alive and did some effective passing. But as you said, Jim, in the second quarter, La Chapelle did a nice job going upstairs and very calm in the pocket under pressure. Let's turn our attention to Rick Stewart. He is standing by with Joe Catolico. Rick?
Coach, first half impressions?
Well, you know, we struggled, obviously, and we got a lot of things we got to fix if we want to try to come back and win the ball game.
La Chapelle played better in the late second quarter, especially passing. Was the wind an effect at all?
You know, I think the wind might have affected us a little bit. It was pretty windy early, but it seems like it died down, so I don't think it'll be much impact the rest of the way.
What were they doing defensively, especially their line, to stop or at least contain some of the rushing?
Sure, they're doing a good job of getting off blocks. We got to do a better job of trying to maintain our blocks on their guys.
What's the key in the second half for you?
You know, we got to play better. We got to play better and try to find a way to fix some of the things that we did wrong in the first half so we can come back hopefully and win.
All right, Coach. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. Good luck. All right, guys, we'll send it right back up to you. 14-10. It's close like we thought. A little lower scoring than I thought.
I agree with that. I anticipated more, but we're only at the halfway mark, and things could heat up in the second half. We've seen many instances where it's a tale of two halves, Coach Domino.
Without a doubt. And, you know, with the wind subsiding, I think we're going to see more scoring in the second half. The players are not going to be tired like we've had in previous games here during the season where we're playing in 90-plus heat, and we've seen signs of fatigue in the second half. I don't think we're going to see that tonight. Matter of fact, without that wind, I see the scoring pick up and a passing game picking up because La Chapelle is just getting loosened up, and without that wind, and if they protect him, but particularly, as you mentioned, I am impressed with his poise in the pocket.
And I agree with you, Coach. I believe things are going to open up in the second half, and we'll see some more points on the board than we did in that opening quarters. Well, we've got a couple of partial scores to share with you from around the area. Elk Grove in the third quarter, 14-10 over Grant. Folsom really putting it on Granite Bay at the half, 28-0. Whitney having a big game so far in the third quarter, leading Del Campo 33-7, but that one's far from over as well. And for you hometown folks, Jake Browning, formerly of Folsom High School, has thrown 3 touchdown passes, and Washington is officially rolling Stanford 37-6. We can attribute that report to Joe Davidson of the Sacramento Bee. 37-6, Washington leading Stanford. Jake Browning with 3 touchdown aerials.
We've seen him a few years, haven't we, Will? 3 years to be exact.
We
Set
have
national,
indeed.
not just local records, national records.
Well, he's proving it tonight. I'm sure Stanford has seen enough of him already.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, we thought that game would be tough. I know it's not over, but to have such a huge lead over Stanford, who normally is very tough on D.
Well, it'll be Sheldon kicking off to open the second half. The twin returners are Kadero Tamandong and DJ Smith standing inside the Franklin 5-yard line. And strong-legged Jack Dolinar to do the booting, as you see him there, for the Huskies. Well, 2 outstanding coaches guiding these Delta League toughies tonight, and it's anybody's game.
Well, it's in the genes because both of them come from great coaching fathers who went against each other back in the Bay Area. It's an amazing connection.
The Dolinar kickoff, a booming shot that's going to be taken. Tamandong at the 5-yard line, straight up the middle of the field, picking his way, and he's got a real nose for finding the daylight. He's got a decent return out just shy of the 30-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will start here, nursing a 14-10 lead here as we open third quarter action. From the 28-yard line. And let's see if the play calling is significantly altered than what we saw, which at times in the first half was relatively conservative.
Well, very conservative, and we saw Regina get off to a tough start in the first quarter and then come on in that second quarter passing-wise.
Lampley working left, cuts in.
Tough, 3 tough yards.
Gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7 from the 31. Just underway here in the third quarter. Happy to have you along for the ride tonight on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week with Jim Domino and Rick Stewart. I'm Will James, and it's homecoming night here for Franklin High. They're leading at 14-10. Boy, taking a long time to get this play off.
That's the second time that we had an encroachment on motion.
Ball,
Will?
encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty. Remain 2nd down.
Well, you know, there you have that defensive end taking his eye off the ball and looking at the motion more than the snap of the football. That's nice when you can get that cheap 5 early.
2nd and 2 from the 36-yard line. In the first half, it was Holt jumping off when we saw the motion. And now again here, an easy 5 for Franklin on the penalty. Tamandong working straight ahead, gets bear hugged and dropped. Boy, that was some fine defensive play in there. Holt, 57, part of that stop for the Husky defense. Virtually no gain. Correction.
Well,
gain of 2.
Enough to move the chains, Will.
Gain of 2. 1st and 10. Football parked at the 33-yard line. Regino keeps, rolls and fires. Intercepted on the dead run. This could be trouble down the sideline. That is going to be 6. Touchdown Huskies on the interception return of 46 yards. Isaiah McFalls. That one was hung out there, and he read that like a book and stepped in the passing lane and gobbled it and smoked it for 46 yards.
Well, he certainly did, and Regina would like to have that back. He took too long, and McFalls was just sitting in there and picked it off. And
Dolinar for the PAT, but whistles and flags are going to stop this play. So suddenly, fortunes have changed here at Cosumnes Oaks High School in this Delta League battle with the interception return for a TD, the pick 6 variety by McFalls. And here's the call on the penalty.
No play on there. Have an illegal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field. 1 on time down.
Illegal substitution, Ray Pulley with the call. And they're going to allow an untimed down, as I understand it.
Untimed during the PAT, everything is untimed.
Free kick. And he's having to issue clarification here to the Huskies special team. Okay, so he repeats the call. And they'll line up and try it again. High snap, spotted clean, blasted, and got it. At 10:03, early third, the lead has changed. The Huskies now have the lead of 3. We'll be right back.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Sheldon High ready to kick off, and they've got to be feeling better about themselves now, having regained the lead here at 17-14 on the interception return for a touchdown by McFalls. Just outside the goal line, here comes the Franklin return. Defended nicely. And with the run back, DJ Smith. And they're going to spot him at the 25-yard line. First and 10, Franklin. Little update on the Jake Browning success against Stanford. He's 15 of 21, 210 yards, and 3 scores.
Not bad. Is that a halftime or where are we?
Take a bow, Jake. Early third quarter here. Big hole closes fast, and it's going to be a 6-yard gain. Power running.
Oh, I'm impressed with Lampley's running. He's coming into his own, and we haven't seen too much of DJ Smith. But watch Lampley pick up 2 more after contact. Lampley hits the hole, gets hit by the linebacker, and picks up a couple of more. Good second effort, good balance. I think after that pick, you're going to see more running by the Wildcats here.
2nd and 5 after the gain of 5. Handoff, near side running, slip a tackle, and close to a first down. Another excellent effort.
Once again, Lampley with a good run. First down, no huddle. And I think once again, Coach Johnson is going to say, let's get a little room here.
Another look at the 8-yard run by Lampley.
Handed off Lampley, no hole inside, bounces, breaks a tackle, and picks up a few more yards moving the chains.
Franklin on the move early in the third. Tamandong sweep left. Can he get outside? Yes! Big gain, and he's finally blasted out of bounds in Sheldon territory. Let's see where they mark him. We got a penalty marker dropped, and it's going to be wiped out, it looks like. Holding is going to bust the play.
Well, if you notice, Tamadong, when he breaks and he bounces, it's usually left. He loves to bounce to the outside, and it's usually left.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Okay, there's your home rooting section, but they're looking at a 1st and 20 after that hold.
25, it looks more like.
Boy, they're taking a long time getting this play off.
They certainly are.
Turn and give. Tamandong reverses, breaks 2 tackles, barrels forward, and gets past the original line of scrimmage. Give him a gain of about 11 on the play.
Well, you're right. It was a 10-yard penalty, and he did get that penalty back. Once again, Tamadong with great second effort. Watch him inside running. He's got great vision, breaks a tackle here, and works himself up the field. You've got to admire his second effort.
You don't see that very often. He broke a tackle there by Ravonte Holt, who had him by both arms. Power running, 2nd and 8 after gain of 12. Left side sweep with speed. And Lampley again.
Now, number 1 with that look like an end around. Number 1, they look like Lloyd. Lampley again, you're right, Will. I misread that. Showed me a burst there. Good speed. First down.
Another look at it. Boy, he sure turned it on right there.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
From the Sheldon 48. 44 yards now on 8 carries by Lampley, doing a beautiful job. Jalen Lampley. Turn and give. Tamandong reverses and again tries to bounce. Nowhere to go this time.
Now, it looked like a little ball handling problems in the backfield there. If we see that again, it will look like a little misdirection and not quite what they wanted to on that broken play.
43 yards rushing for Tamandong on 11 carries, so he and Lampley have accounted for 87 between them.
Big down here, second and long, Will.
Deep out of the pistol. Regino runs and fires and has a completion. A short gain, though, to the Sheldon 46.
Well, right now, they know that most of his passing is roll right. And when he rolls right, their secondary, look at this, their secondary rolls with him. The secondary coverage is rolling with him, and shortly they run out of field. He didn't pick up much there. If he has a shallow cross in his passing system, it's wide open in the middle. It's just wide open.
Gain of 4, a key 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Wildcats. The clock rolling at 6:40, midway 3rd. Over the middle, incomplete. A low throw. Brady Johnson unable to. To scoop it below the knees, and that'll bring up a 4th and 7.
Well, Brady Johnson has got great hands and focus, runs terrific routes, and he didn't have a chance on that one.
Regino now 90 yards on 7 of 16, 18 I should say. 90 yards through the air, but punt formation shown by Ortez and the Wildcats. Good snap, steps away from pressure and boots it on the run. Cook lets it bounce, and it rolls inside the 15-yard line and downs. So an effective punt, no return, and poor field position upcoming for Sheldon.
Well, it's third quarter, Will. They still have an advantage, a wind advantage there. Even though it's somewhat crosswind, it's still given more. It's much easier throwing south to north. And then Regina will have that advantage in the fourth quarter for the Wildcats. LaChapelle, though, has got a strong enough arm where he can throw either way, south, north, north, south.
31 yards on the punt by Ortez, and here's first down now. They run the football, and that's a gang tackle and a loss.
Well, a whole host in there. John Montgomery leading the way. Of course, the guy that's been in their backfield all night, Lopez and Montgomery, and a host of defenders. But Lopez has had a huge night on defense for them, Will. He's been in that backfield.
They lose one on the carry by Lindsay. So make it 2nd and 11, the football at the Sheldon 13-yard line. High formation this time. Good hole off the right side. Nice hard running there.
Excellent running.
And that was a strong carry by Vaughn Allen.
They're a little short of the first downs, 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 here. And have a look at that. That's some tough yardage by Allen. Good second effort. After the tackle, Tamandong takes him down.
Gain of 8. Tamandong issues another stop. Allen now 30 yards on 4 carries, doing a nice job there. Clock rolling at 5:05, flip side of quarter number 3. Turn and give. They go to Allen again, and
well, it depends on where they mark it, Will. They're giving him a good mark.
I think they'll have to measure on this one.
Yes, I agree. He looks to me like he's 6 inches to a foot short.
Wow. They didn't even need a measurement.
What?
They called that a first down from here to there.
Wow, if I was a defensive captain, I'd been calling for a measurement.
So it's a first down for the Huskies at the 24-yard line of Sheldon. And 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third. Huskies on top 17-14. Good burst right up the middle. Hard running there. I'll tell you, Allen has been getting a real workout here in this quarter. Vaughn Allen again.
That's a big back. He looks, he's 6'1", 190, Will, and he looks every bit of 6'1". That's a big running back.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Football at the Sheldon 31. Here's another look at Vaughn Allen.
Watch Allen running inside, outside. For a big guy, he can run tough between the tackles.
2nd and short, I formation shown by the Huskies. Turn and give. Stymied this time, trying to power up back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
Once again, 3rd and short for them.
They spot him at the 33. It's going to be 3rd and 1 on a gain of 2.
Yeah, watch Allen going through on a similar play here. I thought it gave him a good spot there, Will. 3rd and 1.
Clock rolling, 3:15. Third quarter slipping away here at Wildcat Stadium. Turn and give. Lindsay, right side, cuts it back and makes the 40 and a little bit more than that.
Well, right now, Coach really is working on, Coach Catalico is working on that run game and good clock management here. And if he can take a long drive, pick up 6-7 minutes off the clock, keeping the ball away from the Wildcats, and I know that's on his mind. He loves that run.
Graylin Lindsay now 35 yards on 12 carries, 9 of them on that carry to get the first down. He comes out for a break.
Sheldon in no hurry, using up this clock in a nice drive.
So the Huskies and Joe Catalico take a timeout, and we will also step back. Don't wander off. Lots more to come on Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
.235 left here in the third quarter. Sheldon in control, but the lead is not safe. They're on top 17-14, working with the 1st and 10 from their own 42. Here's a toss, right side running. Vaughn Allen, big room, cuts it back. He's across midfield and into Franklin territory to the Wildcat 47 or so.
Well, Vaughn Allen getting a lot of snaps this second half, Will, and he runs between the tackles. Watch the give to him. They pull a guard. He hits the hole, and he's been moving the chains. He's got good body lean for a big back.
53 yards on 8 carries, and the yardage is piling up. Boy, that was a frantic scramble, and the Wildcats have come up with a fumble recovery. Wow. A possibly very costly turnover. Allen losing possession. Let's take another look.
Okay, there's a give to Allen, and he fumbled the pitch back. A soft pitch, and there it is. He never had control of the ball on the pitch. I thought the pitch was good.
It was right on target. Second turnover by Sheldon. Both of them fumbles. One by Lindsay, one by Allen.
Well, they tried to go a little wider with the pitch, but they've been handing the ball off to him, Will. They have not been pitching the ball until that play.
Well, that'll give them something to think about. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their 47. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Turn and give. Negligible. That run was bottled up from the beginning. There was no hole where it was designed to go.
No. There you see number 4 going off.
Lampley the carry, and absolutely no daylight to run to. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Glenn
big
wide
hook
open
up there, and we've had a major substitution at the quarterback position. Mayall now calling the shots for Franklin's offense. Number 12, Elias Mayall.
Well,
and they click for a first down reception. Another look.
Well, Coach said he's going to have a look at Mayall in the second half, and he threw a strike right to Glenn. I like the route, and I like the zip on the ball of Mayall.
It's a first down at the Sheldon 38-yard line. 15 yards on the catch and run, so the drive is alive. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Whistle, stop play. Timeout taken by the Wildcats. In the total yardage, total offense, Sheldon 182. And that completion there of 15 puts Franklin over the 200-yard at about 211.
Yeah, still the yardage is really fairly close.
Arithmetic's a little off, make it 205. But you got to credit Mayall coming off the bench and looking like a veteran here.
Yes, he did. And once again, it seems like that passing scheme of theirs is contingent on rolling right. And they love to roll to the right side, and particularly toward their trip set. But I like the way he hit that right over the middle. We mentioned before the middle is open.
Well, I've got to believe that's Glenn Mayall's son. Glenn, the longtime, highly successful girls basketball coach at Laguna Creek and later at Yuba College.
Is that right?
Women's basketball coach. I saw him in the stands before the game. So he's got to be pretty happy right now. Lampley takes the handoff, cuts it, and works straight ahead now and gets the better part of 7 or 8 here.
Well, it was almost like a reverse with the hand back. And I'll tell you, Lampley looked good on that. Watch the action here. Inside handoff to counter back to Lampley, and nothing there. He picks up about 7, Will, and there's really nothing to be gained at the handoff.
They spot the football at the 33. It's closer to a 5-yard run. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Big hole, plenty for a first down. That line really coming through.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's great acceleration, great movement by that front side of Trzynski and Pike.
Lampley's
center, Weincheck.
First down, football right at the Sheldon 25. The third quarter has expired. We'll take a break and come back for fourth. Oh, well, let me not pass this up. Let's go to Rick Stewart. He's got something important for us.
We've got Brian Kilby here, activities director here at Franklin. You've had a big night tonight.
Busy night. Homecoming's always a busy one, but it's a good time too. A lot of energy. Had a great week, all the spirit days, dress-up days. Big dance tomorrow night, 1,500 kids. So we're excited. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Homecoming parade earlier today, game tonight, dance tomorrow. Can't beat it.
How long did it take you to make sure everything was done with what you needed to do? Weeks?
Oh, you know, it's a 3 or 4 month process, but I've got great kids. My leadership kids are phenomenal. There's 6 girls who are actually our homecoming commissioners. That's their title. and they do a great job. So those girls kind of take the lead, and I just kind of guide them, and they're awesome. And couldn't do it without the support of the staff. We've got great staff on campus. David Danielson, Will Bear, they do a great job for us, and our parents are awesome too. So,
Brian, thanks for being with us and spending a couple minutes with us. Congratulations.
thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Send it back up to you guys.
Okay, Rick Stewart, thank you very much. Brian Kilby, hardest working man among all the activities directors. Okay, we look to open the fourth quarter here, so you might want to cinch your seatbelts a wee bit tighter. Things getting tighter as we speak. 17-14 Sheldon, but the fumble busted their drive, and now the Wildcats on the move. Wide open running. Is there anybody there on defense? Lampley is having a field day.
Well, I am impressed with his acceleration. I don't know. Moving the chains again, first down. Watch this acceleration. I'll tell you, he looks like a sprinter. Gets into high gear fast.
He ran 10 yards before anyone touched him.
Very impressive.
Gain
left
of 10.
left side blocking, outstanding with Pike, Trzynski, Crocker.
Lampley. A zigzag move gets him a little bit. He's dropped after a 2 or 3 yard gain to about the 12.
Well, the other thing that's happening here, if you notice, other than that one pass play to Glenn, they've dominated the ground game and the clock. Will, have a look at this. Once again, give inside, picking up only about 3 on that one. Not much room there for Lampley. You give him a short crease, he hits the hole in a hurry. Mayo at the controls.
Lampley's getting every call now. He's inside the 10-yard line.
Right now, the quarterback is not getting any respect after the handoff. And I'll tell you, Mayo keeps the ball on the same play. He's going to sprint to the end zone.
Gain of 2. They need 5 for a first down. Football right on the 10-yard line. Mayall to the sideline.
Very impressive. Mayall looking very good. Elias Mayall, the senior, only 5'7" listed. He looks bigger than that.
Pass on the run. He's got a completion to Brady Johnson, who's chopped down near the 5-yard line.
Not much of a gain there. A couple of yards maybe. This is crucial. Fourth and about 2, long 2. Here he is, Mayo rolling right, hitting Johnson quickly, not much room. Great catch over the head catch by Johnson. This is a decision here that Coach Johnson is weighing whether to go for it or field goal, which he's missed 2 field goals, and he's kind of leaning on going for it, Will.
Lampley now 72 yards on 14 carries. Really sparking the offense, and now a timeout taken by Coach Mike Johnson and the Wildcats to further consider his option here on 4th and 2.
Well,
we'll step back. Don't wander off. We'll be back in about 30 seconds, and we'll see what Mike Johnson and his Wildcats want to do here on 4th down. We'll be right back.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Okay, Nate Lindemann on to attempt a 24-yard field goal from the right hash mark. He's 0 for 2 this evening on his field goal attempts. If he's good here, it'll tie the ball game. He's got plenty of distance and got it. 24-yard field goal by Lindemann ties the game at 17-all. It comes at the 9:33 mark. And he needed that one badly for his confidence and for his ball club.
Certainly, Lindeman comes through. We got a tie ball game here. We're in the fourth quarter. What little wind there is, maybe slightly coming in from the south now, is in the favor of the Wildcats. And we saw a determined Sheldon ball club dominate that clock during the latter part of the third quarter and really stay away from the passing of La Chapelle and try to dominate the clock with hard running on the part of Lindsay and Allen. Only to turn it over with Allen's fumble.
53 yards on 9 plays to cash in the turnover on the short field. Lindeman to kick off. He booms it toward Cook, and it's going to be into the end zone for a touchback. So La Chapelle and the Huskies offense take the field with a 1st and 10 from the Husky 20. And the game on the line as you see La Chapelle come onto the field. Early fourth at the 9:33 mark.
Well, they still got plenty of time on the clock, and I don't know if Coach Catalico is really wanting to throw the football, but just here he goes.
He's looking for Cook. Alex Cook with the reception, and this is his time of the game, I would say. He's had very few touches tonight and has had little impact on tonight's game. He is nursing a nagging ankle injury, but based on his stats and ability, they need to go to him.
Quick 3-step drop on La Chapelle, and closely guarded, knocked out of bounds, and picks up the first down quickly.
At the 30-yard line, gain of 10. I would imagine that number 2's number is going to be called multiple times on this drive. Under center this time, La Chapelle turn and give. Nothing doing on the handoff that time to Lindsay. Gain of a partial yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9 as a gift.
Lampley almost looked, I can't tell. No, I thought he was almost gimping off.
He grabbed his hamstring going off the field on their previous possession earlier in the quarter.
Yeah, well,
so,
it could be giving him some problems.
So Cook dispatched to the near side, twin backs behind La Chapelle.
Well, they usually pass when they cheat up like
Big
that.
blitz, he's in trouble and he's going down.
Well, the defense read that well. If you see that replay, watch how close the running backs are to the quarterback. And when they're that close.
Montgomery issues the 4th sack of the evening. You'll see it right here.
Here comes Montgomery from his linebacker spot. Well, what I'm stating for the folks to keep an eye on, when they cheat those backs up within like 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, they're pass blocking for La Chapelle.
Loss of 9, 3rd and 19.
Well, they may be running. He's deep now.
4 sacks for a -32. They run the football back to the original line of scrimmage, and they wedge out, I guess, for a bit of field position.
Well, apparently La Chapelle's off on a sideline, and they're checking him out.
Well, Kajon Edwards, the backup QB, ran the football, so punt formation, and we'll keep an eye on La Chapelle, and I know Rick Stewart will probably get an update for us. So punt formation upcoming. Lindsay to do the booting toward the near sideline.
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go for DJ.
37-yard punt.
Haven't seen much of DJ tonight, and I know that knee has really been plaguing him a good portion of the season. I think you're going to see the linebacker, John Montgomery, getting a little action as a blocking back in that backfield, because he normally doesn't start on offense. You'll see him in that backfield. When you do, Will, 44, he's usually a lead blocker.
Well, he's a load, and he can clear the way. Great field position for Mike Johnson and the Wildcats here. Still a ways to go in the fourth quarter, 7:37 to go. Mayall running the show here for Franklin, doing a beautiful job in relief. Up the gut, power running. Call is number 44, Mr. Montgomery.
He is a load. And, you know, watch that replay right up the middle for 5. Once again, behind that front line, they're not big, but they're doing a job tonight. Really, Weincheck, Krasinski, Pike, Cocker, and Tomlinson.
Mayall to throw to the near sideline. He's got a hook up, a completion to Brady Johnson. Good for a first down.
What I like about Mayall is he gets the ball out of his hands quickly. There's no delay. No delay. Watch Mayall on a quick hitch on the sideline. Just a quick turnaround hitch on the part of Brady, running a good route there, taking what the defense did. They're playing them awful loose on the short side of the field.
Gain of 9 on the hookup.
Right now here, Larry Glenn's got about an 8-yard cushion to the near sideline.
Handoff. Big room to the outside. I'll tell you, he has been a thorn in Sheldon's side, Jalen Lampley.
Oh, yes, very impressive Lampley.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5, another look.
Let's look at Lampley going in there, nice outside block. Reach out, and almost a necktie on the part of 2. Alan Cook with a neck tackle. And now Coach Johnson is slowing it down. He's not in a big hurry. He's got 6 minutes to change on the clock and take that drive nice and easy.
2nd and 5. Lampley now with 77 yards rushing and 15 carries. Give it to him again. Slips a tackle and lunges forward. He crosses inside the 35.
There was nothing there, Will. They were waiting for that time. He's fortunate he got a yard or 2. More than that.
It's going to be a 3rd and 2 as he picked up 3 tough yards on
Yes,
that.
he did. Look at this play. Not much of a hole there. He still picks up a couple. Once again, Coach Johnson changing plays, sending Mayall right to him on the sideline and using maximum of his 25 count, Will.
Time getting tight. 5.5 to go here in the 4th. Mayall to throw. A bullet underneath, and it's a catch.
Well,
Again, Tariq Glenn with the key reception.
Well, he makes up his mind to change the moving first down. I'll tell you, Mayall gets it out quick, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Football spotted at the 26-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. 5:15 to go. Clock continue to roll. As you say, Imperator taking their time. Mayall has completed 3 passes, all of them resulting in a first down.
Well, I tell you what, he gets the ball out in 2 seconds or less. And they were waiting for the big guy that time.
Montgomery bottled up and dropped outside the 25-yard line. Give him a yard on that.
Well, they've got to be careful in this drive and hold on possession of the football and come away with a minimum of 3, Will. Hopefully 7, but minimum of 3.
Motion in the backfield, fake and throw, left corner, a diving try, incomplete. Fully extended out there. Brady Johnson, the intended receiver. Nice throw by Mayall, a safe throw. And Ian Moore on the coverage for the Huskies. Mayall now 3 for 4 for 26 yards.
Well, we got a key down here, 3rd and 10 here, because that, I guess it's within his range, but hardly. It's a tough feed to have a long one.
Well, here's the key play. Mayall wants to throw again. Slides out of the pocket and fires complete. A key catch, a clutch catch in between
Johnson.
double coverage
Wow.
and
Brady Johnson.
$15 yards on the hookup, football at the 10, and here's the other look.
Brady Johnson protects the football. I'll tell you, he is an outstanding receiver.
The completion between Ian Moore and Isaiah McFalls. From the Sheldon 10, 1st and goal. Lampley powers up.
Wow.
And the pile pushes forward to about the 6-yard line. We'll give him 4.
Nothing there, but I'll tell you what, Lampley picks up about 3 or 4, Will. There wasn't much there, but he accelerates after the ball. And once again, Coach Johnson taking it down to the 3:30 mark, nice and easy.
Lampley having a whale of a ball game for the Wildcats here on homecoming night. And we've been treated to a tight one, a typical Delta League skirmish. A bubble by Mayall, a scramble. And the Wildcats may have dodged a bullet here. Let's see how they unpile him. Wildcat football.
I don't think he was ready for that snap, Will. He took his eye, watch this, off the ball momentarily.
Lampley had the recovery.
Oh, the ball was there.
3rd and goal from the 6. Whistles blow this one dead on the motion shown by Lampley.
Got a dead ball, false start on the offense. 5 yards, remains 3rd down.
Move it back to the 11. We haven't seen Tamandong for a long time on offense.
No, we haven't. They've been trying to run in the middle with Montgomery and Lampley, and keep in the middle of the field also. You know how Tamandong, as good as he is, likes to bounce the ball out, which will make a difficult field goal, Will. Okay?
Okay, line them up. 2:20 to go, clock rolling. Motion by Lampley, Mayall to throw, a slant to Johnson, incomplete, broken up. How about that? Lloyd Johnson with the one-on coverage. The pass was on target. And that'll bring up a 4th down opportunity, and Lindemann likely will get the call here.
They don't back up that far. Yeah, 25.
So they spot it at the 25-yard line, call it a 35-yarder. And this is for the lead. High snap, spotted clean, a line drive, bullet is good. Lindemann hits a laser just over the crossbar at the 2:10 mark, and the drive is cashed in after 12 plays. We'll be right back.
Got a quarter?
Kickoff return by Alex Cook. He breaks a tackle and barrels across the 35-yard line. giving Sheldon good field position. "55 yards, 12 plays for the go-ahead margin."
Well, we're going to get a good look and see what Chancellor LaChapelle can do in the clutch here, Will. You got 2 minutes to get the ball in the end zone or put him in field goal position.
Alex Cook to the near side. Over the middle.
No, we got a backup quarterback in there.
Incomplete. Well, it's still K-John Edwards, who ran the last two plays of the previous series.
Apparently LaChapelle is more injured than we anticipated. I don't know the extent of it over there. I see. Okay.
So the football parked at the 35-yard line of Sheldon. 2nd and 10 now. Short drop. Flushed and sacked. Well, this Franklin defense is fired up right now with 1:40 to go. Clock is rolling and a big loss on the anticipated pass. They came with everything.
Well, they did, and you know, Kayshawn, in all due respect, Kayshawn is a smaller guy, 5'11". He's not the size of LaChapelle, and I'll tell you once again, you said it, Will, that defensive front, Joyner Hill and company have done a great job.
Lopez getting to him first among the swarm of Franklin tacklers.
And there you see the veteran coach doing his job. You know, he's been there for a long time. Jim Rubiales, been coaching for a long, long time, the veteran coach, and the father-in-law of the head coach. And I can tell you, I've known Coach Rubiales, the D coordinator, for probably a good 30 years from his days down at Lincoln High School. And believe me, he's truly one of the best. And he's forgotten what some of us know. He's a veteran.
Sheldon's down to their last 2 downs with a backup quarterback. They've put more time back on the clock. And we got Whistle's going to halt this play here, but with Joe Catolico's hands tied a little bit without his starting QB, as you see Mike Johnson along the sideline there, what can the Huskies hope to run here and at least try to get into field goal range for Dolinar?
Well, I think that he's got to. They haven't run. They ran big yards off 1 or 2 screens. He's got to maybe get the ball to Allen or Lindsey on a screen, something simple to put the ball in Lindsey's hand or Allen's hand on a quick screen. And they're not set up for the screen.
Well, Franklin's done a wonderful job getting field goals after drives consuming 4 minutes and 25 seconds and then 5 minutes and 27 seconds. 9 plays for the first drive, 12 plays
well, we
for
said
the next drive.
Coach Johnson was no hurry, you know.
Okay, Edwards under heat and his pass is batted down.
They had the screen on, Will, but you know they opened the doors too early. When you open the gates, you have no time to throw the screen. And if you look at the replay, the screen was on and they opened it up to where Edwards didn't have a chance.
Well, they need 15 yards to keep this drive alive.
Well, I tell you, that's tough. That was the right call, but you've got to bump before you open it up and let those linemen penetrate on the screen. And he opened it so quick he couldn't even get the ball off.
So it comes down to a 4th and 15 for the Sheldon Huskies, down by 3 here at 20-17, late 4th, 1:44 left. They need 15 yards to sustain this drive. Edwards, hard rush. He gets out of that mess, tries to scramble away and gets dropped.
Well, that's almost an intentional grounding there. And I'll tell you, they were all over him. You credit that defense all night long.
DJ Smith, the last man there on Edwards as he shoveled the football. So the drive is busted. And the Franklin Wildcats take over with 1:36 left and appear to have victory in the bag.
Well, once again, the defense has come through. They've been going all night. You know, Joyner Hill, Cornega, Lopez, Nolan, Rodriguez have done a job, and then the linebackers have been in their backfield all night long, Montgomery and Tamerdon.
From the Sheldon 30, they run the football, and I don't know when I've last seen a ball game where backup quarterbacks have finished for each team. And Mayall deserves a ton of credit for those drives.
Oh, yeah.
When they cashed in the 2 field goals to tie and then take the lead.
Yes, he really did. He get the ball out quickly. And then, of course, Brady Johnson made some key catches in the clutch, coming down the line and then give, as you see here, they're just using the clock up and forcing Sheldon to use the timeouts, and I don't know what they've got left up there.
I don't know, but Lampley has had quite a ball game.
Yes, no doubt. I think they're going to the knee now.
Lampley just ran for 11 yards, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
From the 19-yard line.
It's knee time. Not tea time, knee time.
Clock rolling at 35 seconds, a mere formality now. And what a Delta League battle we've had here tonight.
Wow, I mean, we've had it. Credit Sheldon coming off a 56-0 ball game, rebounding. I mean, that shows so much for your coaching staff and players to rebound off that. And as mentioned earlier, coming off a huge victory is not easy the following week for the Sheldon Ball Club.
And that was Mike Johnson's big question. How would his team respond after getting shellacked 56-0 in Del Paso Heights by the mighty Grant High Pacers? And I think, as I say, that question was answered clearly tonight on homecoming night. And you can see the utter jubilation spreading throughout the stands here as the final seconds are going to be ticked off momentarily.
What a victory for the homecoming Wildcats.
A collective team effort. Elias Mayall in relief of starting sophomore QB Nico Regino coming to their rescue as the signal caller. Brady Johnson with the big catches, and Lampley scampering big time after Tomandong did it in the first half, and then Tough D.
And then Lindemann, after missing 2, comes through with 2 clutch field goals.
The final field goal, a laser shot just over the crossbar on a bullet. And the team's already lining up to show some sportsmanship as the final seconds expire here from Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Casumnas Oaks High School. This one is in the book, and it turns out to be a 20-17 victory for host Franklin. And that will even their Delta League record at 1-1 as Joe Catolico's Huskies lose a toughie and they fall to 1-1 in Delta League play. Well, certainly a happy ending for Franklin High on homecoming night. As Brian Kilby said in his interview, it's been kind of a week-long build-up and then 3 consecutive days and nights of festivities and dances and a football game to be celebrated and cherished, and there you see it by the numbers. We don't want you to wander off, because when we come back for our post-game segment, Rick Stewart will be visiting with our players of the game and a whole lot more. Stay with us.
What a great victory here for the Wildcats.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, Gabby, how you doing? How was the play date and sleepover?
Dad, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm on my way. Hey, guys, what are you doing?
We're going swimming. We're going biking. Yeah!
I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I love you.
Hi, babe. How was school today?
Hi, Dad. It was great.
Okay, honey. I'll be home soon. Remember, you're never too far away from your kids to be a dad. Reach out and take a second to check in, because sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Well, the verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening in Elk Grove, where on homecoming night for host Franklin High School, they come up big with a dramatic victory near the end and prevail over visiting Sheldon by a final count of 20-17. It was a thriller in many ways, a little more low scoring than we may have anticipated, but a typically hard-fought Delta League battle in a ball game that saw some seesaw, a little lead changing, and heroics from both teams. But in the end, Mike Johnson's ball club, and as you say, Coach Domino, rebounding from that shellacking against Grant the previous week, came up big, played like champions tonight, and prevailed in a close one.
Well, they certainly are. You know, here they go from 0-1, and it's so early in the season, and here they are 1-1, and right in the race. You know, one loss is nothing in this tough Delta League when you got all these teams like Jesuit and Elk Grove and so forth, Monterey Trail, and it's a long season. So we're only halfway, Will. And I give credit to Coach Johnson on just a great victory. And I know this, that it's tough, Sheldon, coming off a huge win with Monterey Trail, to keep your kids up all week, because it's having been there, let me tell you, they still want to bask in victory far beyond the days that they should. But Coach Johnson had his kids ready. He made a great substitution with Mayall. He had clutch catches by a number of people. And then Lindemann, after 2 misses, comes through in a clutch. And so you got to give Coach Johnson on a total team effort. The defense really came and showed big tonight.
A typically hard-hitting Delta League brawl, you might say. There were some injuries on both sides, and one prominent one that did hurt Sheldon High was quarterback Chancellor LaChapelle, and we saw Regino go out of the ball game without really a report on him. But backing him up, Mayall, as you said earlier, did a beautiful job. Didn't get rattled, played very calm football, threw accurate passes, and looked like a starting QB in many regards. But Franklin's heroics were spread around, so they were distributed so well. Many players were responsible for this comeback victory, and I think if you call it a total team effort, that has to be accurately stated.
Very definitely, and they're too numerous to mention. You know, we just up front, undermanned, undersized, and so forth. That didn't mean a thing to that Franklin O&D, Will. They came through, blocked like they should, penetrated into that backfield, and made life miserable for the backup quarterback when he had to come in for LaChapelle.
Certainly, and when Sheldon did manage to regain the lead on the pick six
that was cashed in by McFall. Their offense did virtually nothing in the second half. So again, we're going to credit Franklin's defense, and then partially factoring into that was the loss of La Chapelle. So again, credit Franklin's tough D, tough as nails. Those openings were not there in the second half, where we saw decent running room in the first half by those Sheldon backs, particularly Lindsey, and just clutch football.
And one more thing, great clock control prior to both field goals on the part of that offense. Well, when they had to milk the clock, they did.
Boy, they sure did. Our executive statistician, Gary Martin, gave us those two stats on the drives leading to field goals. And one of them was in excess of 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, and the other one 5.5 minutes, just chewed up the clock. We have an opportunity here while we're waiting for our players of the game to splash our final stats. And you'll see here with the graphic how this thing shaked out by the numbers.
You know what's amazing here? Going into this ball game, Sheldon's running stats in their first 4 games, Will, was outrageous, 300 or 400 yards. They were held to 62 running yards tonight. Amazing.
Truly amazing. By the numbers you see there, despite getting hit with 70 yards in penalties, Franklin was able to overcome that. And the turnovers, a pair of costly fumbles by Sheldon, and then the pick-6 interception, the only turnover of the ball game, and the only score in the second half for Sheldon.
At halftime, the first down stats were 8-8. Look at the total first downs for the game now, 18-10. That shows you the dominance of the Wildcats in the second half.
Their ground game was tremendous. Lampley finished with 95 yards. Tong Mandong chipped in with 43. And in the receiving department, Johnson 6 grabs for 68, including 3 of them for clutch first downs, with Mayle leading the attack, and Glenn 5 catches for 62. Let's see the graphic now and show you our selections for players of the game in this wild Delta League battle. For the Sheldon Huskies, hard running back Graylin Lindsey of the Sheldon Huskies, and dual honors going to Kadero Tamandong and Jalen Lampley of the Franklin Wildcats. Our Rick Stewart is standing by at field level with our players of the game. Let's turn our attention to Rick.
All right, thanks, guys. Graylin Lindsey, tough game all the way around. Conditions improved at least. What did you see out there that was important?
You know, we didn't execute like we should have, and you know we got to go back to practice next week and work harder and be ready for the game next week.
Now you had a good run for a touchdown. What was their defensive line doing that was keying on you?
They were just shooting the gas really fast. Their D lineman is really quick, so they were just shooting the gas really fast.
Okay, you got to go back to the drawing board and start working all week long against this. How do you guard against the letdown next week?
You know, we gotta keep that loss behind us and focus on Davis next week. It's our home game, and you know we gotta execute in practice and bring it to the field next week.
All right. Well, here Trail beat Davis tonight, so they'll be looking for it. Obviously, good game tonight. Best of luck the rest of the season, Graylin.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man. Best of luck. All right. We're going to turn now, Jalen. Touchdown run early, kind of set the tone for the game. What was the key out there for you guys offensively?
Offensively, we just had to keep our tempo up. Their defense, they're fast, but they got tired fast.
Was the wind early on have anything to do with the passing game?
A little bit. So we stuck down to the run game a little bit, and when the conditions improved, we had our air game going again.
A little bit of a difference in style between you and this guy behind me. He's kind of almost a little bit of a bruiser where you're a quick slasher. Did that give them something to think about where they were maybe caught off guard?
Yeah, most definitely. With Kadero, he likes to run up the middle, and me, I like to get outside a little bit. So their defense was a little stunned.
All right, you did. Now, going into this coming week, what's going to be the key to focus on?
Just playing harder. Okay. That's all we have to do, just play harder, and we'll prevail.
All right, good job tonight. Best of luck the rest of the season. All right, Jalen. All right, Cadero. Great game tonight. Now, last year when we saw you guys, I was more impressed with defensively. I mean, you played well offensively too, but tonight it was all the way around. I mean, it was a solid game.
Yeah, we've been working really hard at practice. We're a really young team, but we beat a lot of teams with our speed because we're not the biggest, but our speed really makes up for it.
Now, on defense tonight, there was no difference out there. You guys played like giants out there.
Yeah, we try to play big every week, because our size, everybody doubts us, and everybody thinks we're going to get ran on. So, we try to hold our own and get the job done.
Well, the three-down linemen did the job tonight. They were penetrating all night long, as you say, shooting the gaps and playing different defense, but they were putting pressure on the other quarterback.
Yeah, they were really at the beginning of the game, I told them they had to get pressure, really get in the backfield and pressure the quarterback because if he has time, he's gonna get the ball out.
All right, well, good job tonight. It was a big comeback win after last week. We won't talk about that, but, you got a big game next week, and it's just got to roll on.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to next week. Just got to get back in the weight room on the field and work hard.
All right, Special K. Good job tonight. Thanks. All right, Coach, what were you talking about in the huddle over there? What did I say at halftime?
I said I rarely say we're going to win anything, and for some reason you fired me up on my halftime speech. And after I said it, I went into the locker room to my coaches. I go, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but I just said on television we're going to win this thing in the second half. So we need to do this now.
Okay, what was the difference in the first half, second half? First half, it wasn't like your offense was sputtering. You ran the ball real well. Passing game was a little less.
Well, we have a sophomore quarterback. We made a change. In the middle of the third, went with our senior, who played all varsity all last year. He got time against Folsom last year, and I was thinking he might be a little bit more settled down for the situation because it was a tight game. We knew this was going to come down to a field goal or a touchdown. And Eli did a nice job, came in and kind of controlled the offense, settled it down.
Does it change what you're thinking about following down the road next week and the week down, where you might stay with the senior?
We'll find that out next week. We got to digest everything we did tonight. It was a really good night for Franklin football.
How big was the defensive line in particular?
They were huge because last week I don't even know if we showed up at times, and it was nice to come back and regroup. They had some motivation tonight to play really well, and they played with fire.
Okay, and I heard that Elk Grove took care of Grant tonight, so it's kind of like a little bit of karma coming back.
Welcome to the Delta League.
That's what it is. What's the key thing you're going to focus on this coming week?
We have to heal up from this. Our kids are young; they're not used to the bruises and the bumps. We need to build on this. It's not like we go, "Yay, Monterey Trail's coming in." They're a great program. TJ does a wonderful job there. It's going to be like this every week. Until the end of the year.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
It's about as good as it gets.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win tonight. Way to bounce back.
Great, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Coach. All right, you got it. Quality coaches, quality players, the solid program. It's what you want. Guys, back to you.
I couldn't say it better myself. We were treated in all those regards in tonight's ball game.
Without a question.
And as Coach Johnson said, welcome to the Delta League. Every week you can expect that kind of tenacity and ferocity and just intense play in all aspects of the game, Coach.
Oh, yeah, we've seen it through the years, Will. Week in, week out, the Delta League. When you look at the Delta and you look at the Sierra Foothill and you look at that CVC League, particularly those three, there's a lot of tough leagues, but when you look at those three any given night, any time, week in, week out, it's so tough to go unbeaten these days. So we're halfway through the season, and it's anybody for those league championships, and we're looking forward to some big games coming up in the future.
And as a result of that parity, these teams can afford to keep their hopes alive and not get too discouraged. I mean, we saw Davis knock off Elk Grove to put a little different spin on the league standings and so forth, and it's going to happen. As a matter of fact, the final score in the game that we alluded to, Elk Grove finished off Grant 24-17, and that had to be a desperate game in many regards for both ball clubs. And as we're talking about finals from around the area, passed to us by Gary Martin, Del Oro shellacked Nevada Union 58-21. Folsom 28-zip over Granite Bay. Oak Ridge blanked Wood Creek 35-0. That's in the fourth quarter, actually. Antelope rolled over Oakmont. Whitney 47-14 in the fourth over Del Campo. Roseville a fourth quarter lead over Cosumnes Oaks as Larry Cunha's Tigers
trying to stay 5-0 if they get this one.
That's right. They're up 11. Monterey Trail in a low-scoring defensive battle nearing halftime, 15-6 over Pleasant Grove. And Inderkum having a fight on their hands with the Yuba City Honkers. Fourth quarter score, 36-33. Inderkum leading at the moment.
We'll be there next week.
We will indeed. Terry Stark, a little bit tense right now, I imagine.
Yes.
River Valley 40-26 over Rio Linda. Burbank rolled it up on Laguna Creek 62-7. And Jesuit handling Tough Davis in the fourth quarter up 10, 26-16. So nice scoreboard rundown there. Thank you, Gary. And again, testimony to the balance of power around the Sacramento region in the Sac Joaquin section.
Without a question. You know, we're halfway through, as mentioned, and I'll tell you what, they're all going to be locking up, and it's going to be so tough for someone to go unbeaten in any league that we see. And let's give credit to the coaches week in, week out. We've got some great coaches in this valley, some of the tops around. And believe me, Valley football, and the recruiters know this is the place to come for the football players. Sacramento Valley football is at its height.
Well said, Imperator. Well said. I'll leave it at that. So that's just further encouragement to our viewing audience to continue tuning in to Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Right down week to week throughout the season, we'll have something special for you. That being said, Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew wish to extend their appreciation to the Franklin High School administration, particularly Athletic Director Mike Cody, for their cooperation and assistance with the broadcast arrangements for this television sports production. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For the Imperator of Analysis, Jim Domino, Rick Stewart, Game Director Ronisia Harris, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. I thank you so much for tuning in, and let me again extend a big thanks to Executive Statistician Gary Martin, again for his superlative efforts in tonight's ball game. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Final score tonight, 20-17. Franklin prevails over the Sheldon Huskies. So long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.